Yep.
There it is. Awesome. There is the red dot of awesomeness. Hello, everyone out there watching this. Hopefully, there'll be at least a few people. This is my name is Mike Yao. I'm the creator of Savage Kingdoms role-playing game, and we are also going to play test Mythic West. The Mythic West is an Old West kind of semi-alternate history, potentially alternate history, but really it's pretty much Old West. But there is some mysticism involved, like magic may or may not actually work in the setting. There may or may not actually be Wendigos and Sasquatches and Banshees. So yeah, so I'll be your game master for the night as well. And now I will I'll pitch it over to Matt Davis.
I am Matt Davis. I play several characters in Savage Kingdoms, and I have several in Mythic West as well, although we haven't played them all. And tonight I am playing Miss Penelope Sugarbaker, who is a Southern lady doctor. So,
she's from Georgia, right?
Yes, she's actually South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina.
Charleston. Right. So, and on to Randall.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Randall. Tonight I am playing the Hunter, a native crow from the wilds of Canada. He's one that survived a debatable supernatural encounter. Thus, he's on a quest of vengeance. Typical spiel, but very fun to play.
Yep, true. So, Ian.
I am Ian. I'm going to be playing Mr. Kennedy, a something of a city boy, or what was once a city boy, who has a very particular. He's a rifleman with a very particular set of skills, and has made an exodus from the city he once knew in light of recent mistakes and a certain bounty, and thus seeks work elsewhere.
Cool. That's right. Everybody comes to the West to make their way. So everybody out there, so that's probably obviously the way these players describe the characters are all very different, but the overarching theme is that most people come, this is 1872, by the way, we're set in 1872, it's April 14th, and we played a couple sessions, playtest sessions of a previous story here in Haven, Kansas. That was so that took place a week ago, so this is a week after that. Those of you watching, I know it doesn't really matter, but just so about the players know. And Haven, Kansas is actually not a real place. I kind of did that on purpose, but all the settlements around actually are real. Like Gore County is a real county. President Grant was actually president at the time. He just got reelected last month, actually. So for the most part, real history takes place, but the possibility of the alternate history is that they may find out that Billy the Kid's still alive, or maybe the Union didn't win quite as decidedly as people thought, or maybe the Texas Rangers have less people than they thought, stuff like that. So it might be little minor details in the differential, as it were. Cool. All right. So our story opens. We are in Haven, Kansas, April 14th, 1872. The weather has been kind of dry. Dust devils appear often. And they're in the plains, typical Kansas, but you're right near what would almost be considered desert. Dust devils occasionally swirl up here and there. And the town of Haven, Kansas, has only about 1,000 souls that live here, which is not exactly tiny, but it's definitely not a large settlement at all. So Miss Penny Sugarbaker, you've been residing at the Haven Hotel for quite a while.
Indeed.
And Mr. Crow, he was residing, the Hunter. The locals have been just calling him Mr. Crow. He's been residing in the jail cell for the last few days, but he finally got his freedom because for Sheriff Mackey, they went off and did a job for them and figured out what was happening over at the McMurtry Mill about 7 miles north of here on the riverbanks. So, Ian, your character, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. John Kennedy, he has he's just recently arrived via stagecoach. So
He's okay.
you're fresh into Haven. You just came from Junction City, Kansas, as the last stop, and that was like 14 hours ago. Your butt's pretty sore.
Fresh in town.
It's a Wells Fargo stagecoach. So we'll start with you. Because you guys aren't really together. Well, actually, Hunter and Penelope know each other. You've probably seen each other around town a few times.
Yeah, we have. I think we had a chance meeting when we last encountered somewhere in town.
Well, I mean, you went on that mission for Sheriff
Yeah,
Mackey too. Yeah.
I was there when we discovered the Indian.
Yeah, the banditos dressed as Indians.
Yep.
Kind of blame it on the Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Over at McMurtry Mill. That was a week ago, though.
Since then, probably she visited the jail cell, laugh at me, make me feel bad.
No, she doesn't do that. She's very mostly nice.
Well, actually, Randy, unless you want to stay in the cell, because occasionally, especially around here, they need it. There's only 2 of them. So, Sheriff Mackey, who's been a pretty decent guy, he would have let you out after all that bargaining, and you did the job. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you could afford to stay at the hotel. Otherwise, I assume maybe you're camping Native American style off in the wilds somewhere at night, maybe. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
definitely poor.
Oh, we did get.
Yeah, no, I probably.
Was there
I probably
reward money
would've
that
gone to
we
the
received from
outskirts.
that thing from the quest, or was that?
Oh yeah, I was telling Randy before we went on the air. You guys earned $10.
Okay.
That could be in gold or it could be in paper money.
Oh, did we earn $10? Wait, from SK?
No, from the last Mythic West.
Oh, okay, they did.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. Sorry, yeah, on their last job.
Well, what are the rates at the end?
I was just trying to look that up. I forgot what it was. Here, I'll decide really quickly. I think it's only. All right, so there's also the Gilded Queen Casino, which is still being built across the street. You can probably see it on the map. It's like building number. I know the audience doesn't understand what we're saying here. The building number 8 is also.
Oh, okay.
But it's not quite done yet.
No,
So you're
12
probably
is,
staying.
12 is the casino.
Huh?
12 is the casino. 8 is the church.
12 is. Yeah. Oh yeah, 12 is Haven Methodist Church. Yeah, so the very last building there across on the South Street. You can probably see all the ladders and stuff there. So maybe in the future you can stay there. But the Haven Hotel is let's see, for a room overnight is $1.50. So fairly
All right, I'll just
expensive.
put 10 on credit and stay.
Are there no other places available?
No, it doesn't seem to be unless you got kinfolk
Okay.
or you want to pick up a job. But let's see, hold on. The Haven Hotel is
Number 2, where Penny is.
yeah, I was trying to find the NPC. There he is. So yeah, he's and then across the street from that is across the side street is the Blue Moon Saloon. That's kind of the heart of the town. And that's run by Art Morgenstern.
Okay.
So we'll say the opening scene is Hunter and Penelope. You're probably at the Blue Moon Saloon, I would imagine. Women are come over there as well. I mean, other than just the dancers and the casino girls.
There was a singer too. Glory sings. So.
Yep. Yeah. Every Saturday night, she sells the place out, and at the Blue Moon Saloon. So the Blue Moon Saloon is basically, if you've seen pictures, decent size. It's got the upper story. There's a banister that goes around. That's usually where the girls are in the rooms. That's kind of where the brothel is. And Miss Penelope Sugarbaker has been up there before talking to Miss Glory.
And other ladies of the evening.
So, all right, all that behind us and established. Hunter and Penelope, you guys have just you just see each other across the saloon. And you probably haven't seen each other, I'd say, probably in the last 5 days, 6 days.
Yeah, I mean, I every time I see her, I just probably give her a slight nod and just
Okay.
carry on my business. Just
Yeah.
watching people.
And to raise my cup in acknowledgement.
At some point, Art Morgenstern, the saloon keeper, comes over to your table, Hunter, and he just kind of says, you know, where I come from, it's right. You could buy the lady a drink, you know, instead of just making googly eyes at her. How about you
That's
say
where
a
you-
shot of bourbon? Shot of
Maybe
bourbon's
where
only
you come
50
from.
cents. I'm sorry, what?
Maybe where you come from.
Well, I come from Trinity, Kansas. Of course, I wasn't born here. Is there anything else I can get you?
Rye.
I'm sorry, what?
Rye.
Rye? You want some rye?
Rye.
All right. He walks off.
I'll just
Yeah.
kind of glare at the back of his head.
He heads
Serving
behind
me.
the bar. He is the saloon keeper and the barkeeper. Not always here. You see a younger guy occasionally keep a bar, but it's mostly Artemis.
I know,
About
but he
this
dared to
time-
talk to me.
About this time, you got typical saloon doors that open up. And Ian, that's your character. John Kennedy walks in. I imagine he probably just got off the stagecoach maybe 20 minutes ago.
Looking for a drink and any bounties
All right.
or other kinds of work.
So you walk in, you see, you don't see any bounty posters in here. You do recall seeing some on a building nearby that looked like it was a local jail.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
We'll
I check
get to
that
that.
after.
Yeah,
Hitting
we'll
up
get to
the
that
bar.
later. You probably want to slake your thirst. Like I said, you've been riding for 14 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And you got trail dust, even in a wagon, in your mouth. So, but this place is okay for a little frontier town. It's got some bells and whistles. There's some nice brass fixtures on the bar. The bar is actually mahogany, not bad. The locals look what you would expect. You do see a fairly well-to-do woman, right? Like, do you want to
Yes.
describe yourself, Matt?
Sure, she's average height. She's 5'5", so actually maybe taller, a bit taller than average for back in the day. Slim build. She has honey blonde hair up in a high bun, brown eyes, and she has freckled skin. She's probably dressed in more current fashion. And in the southern style. So she has there's a parasol at her side, and there's actually a doctor's bag at the side of her chair as well.
Yeah. And another person that may stand out is someone that looks like he's probably Native American. He probably walks both worlds. He looks like his coloration gives him it looks like he might be Native American, but some of his dress is Western, is white folk. So Randall, do you want to
Yeah.
have yourself?
Just a young brooding lad. Short cut black hair. It looks like he's always scanning the room. Like every individual is catching his attention. It's like he's studying everybody. Very studious.
So then you notice
But
he probably looking at you
constantly
when you walk in.
fingers.
Mr. Kennedy would
Constantly fingering a tomahawk.
Ooh, Mr. Kennedy would definitely stand out. He kind of looks like what you might imagine a predecessor to the old 1920s gangster would be. He's got a bowler. He's got the
City
crap,
slicker.
what is it called? Let me find it. Give me 1 second. He also does have a cane. By
Buster
the way.
Scruggs.
No, he looks to be a fairly young man. No, let me find it.
Mid-20s or so.
Yeah, mid-20s. Yeah, he's got his bowler hat. He's got a satin vest. He's got that cotton shirt. a pair of pinstripe slacks too, which probably look pretty out of place, and he's not wearing boots either.
He has the stamp of an Easterner, probably to most people.
Very, most definitely. And as I said, he does walk in with a cane, looking rather snazzy. He also has, I believe it would be across his back, then his rifle.
Oh, okay. You're carrying it openly. Of course, you don't have any.
Well, yeah, no way to conceal it.
You don't have any lodgings yet. So
Yeah. So he'd have his rifle on his back, and with, well, I suppose there would be a cover for a bayonet, right?
yeah, probably you put a leather makeshift or like
Okay.
wrap it up in a rag or something at the very
Yeah,
least.
then I suppose a rag wrapped around it, and he walks in with a little tiny kind of a, not quite a crucifix, but some small metal pendant on one of his pockets.
Cool.
Seems to be sticking out like some piece of metal.
So Randall, make your perception roll. First die roll of the night, folks.
Yep.
And of course, it has to be someone slipping poison into someone's drink. No, I'm kidding. Although that might be later.
Yeah.
So Hunter, yeah, you can't quite make out that much detail, but you definitely see the piece on his back.
Mm-hmm.
The room,
Okay.
Kind of hard to miss.
oh, cool. Room gets a little quiet as you walk in. You know, it's the usual. Not everybody stops and looks, but about half the room kind of stops and looks. There's about 15, 16 people in here. Yep, got it.
I definitely take notice.
That's what I figured. The bartender kind of looks up at you, John. He's got a mustache, vest on. This guy right here. He's got the arm guards to keep his sleeves out of the drinks on. Fairly typical.
I smile at him with a real friendly smile and walk over and ask what he. I suppose the best way would be ask what beers he has. Would that be?
You just come in off the Wells Fargo, didn't you?
About that, yeah.
Yeah, we got beer, we got milk, we got bourbon. That piece of yours across your back, though, I'm going to have to store back here. It looks like you just rode in hard.
I stare at him for about a good half second, about a second and a half of contemplation before smiling and saying, all right, as I hand it over to him.
Much obliged, sir. He takes it.
I know.
He shows you where he's just kind of leaning against the wall in the back. He even shows you where it's at. There's no need for that. Hopefully not.
Get me a pint.
All right. Got a pint of beer. It'll be 25 cents.
I handed it over to him.
He pours it off the tap, slides it to you as he takes your coin, whatever it is that you're using to pay with, or bits. And it'd be 2 bits if you're looking at it in coins.
I'm looking at it in dollar amounts.
If it's U.S. currency, then yeah, it'd be a quarter.
Yeah.
And the beer is okay. It's not great.
It gets the dust out of my mouth. I say, thank you kindly.
Of course. Welcome to Haven, by the way. My name is Artemis Morgenstern. I run this joint. This is the Blue Moon Saloon.
Name's John Kennedy.
John Kennedy. All right.
I reach out and shake his hand.
Well, it's good to make your acquaintance. If you're looking for lodgings across the street there, across North Street is the Haven Hotel. Hopefully next week or two, that Gilded Queen Casino will be built. I can't wait for that myself. Supposed to have some quite lookers over there working.
No, as my character is much more magnetic, shall I say, in personality than I, at least, and much more savvy in such a situation, what would I do to seek out gossip regarding troublemakers, people, shady dealings, such things like that?
Well, I mean, if you want to ask around the room here, that'd be persuasion.
Okay.
Or
Sure.
you could go look at the wanted posters. Or
Good to go for persuasion. All right. Let me.
hey,
there
Matt
we
and
go.
Randall, what are your characters' reputations? I can't remember.
I have a reputation
Reputes.
My reputation.
of
6.
yeah.
Mine is also 6.
Both are 6s. All 3 of yours. Okay.
Oh my god.
666. Oh.
That
Holy
is
crap.
38.
Oh.
Well, you found-
How's that for finding
You just
information?
succeed on somebody. So, Matt and Randy, if you guys would make luck rolls. So for the audience, is a D20 and you add your current luck to it as a modifier.
Yeah, this character actually has luck. Goodness gracious. For once in my life.
Oh, Penelope is very lucky. +8. What, Randy? Oh, wow. What the?
Oh my god.
All right. Well, it's neither one of them. They got lucky. Despite your
Well, I'm seeking specifically along the lines of my own work or any general shady dealings.
and
I
that
am
was
the least shady
that was
person.
perception you were trying there, Ian?
That was persuasion, actually.
Oh, you're asking around. Okay.
Yes, he
Oh,
is.
okay.
He's quite the talker.
That's
Yeah,
good
I am
because
the
that
least
could
shady
not
person
go
in the
well in a frontier town, but because of your role, because of your magnetism, yeah, people are kind of like willing to kind of tell you stuff. The first you hear a couple of gossip about old lady Anna like had a miscarriage a couple of days ago. It's nothing that really concerns you, but like the most but somebody does mention like yeah, there's an old man, looks like he's a miner, maybe a prospector. Got this crazy beard, and he's kind of got chaw in his mouth, and he says, well, Mister, things are kind of weird around here. Some people have been disappearing. I've been trying to say it to Sheriff Mackey, but he don't listen to me none. He thinks I gone crazy. Thinks I got the gold craziness. But there's people been missing. Little Anna, her brother, a couple other people just come in, rolled in on a stagecoach about a week ago. They done disappeared. Nobody found no bodies or nothing. Now, some of them engines talk about Wendigo and skin changers and that kind of thing. It could be something like that, but I don't know. Anyway,
Perk up at that.
hey, sit down right here. I ain't had no company in about, I don't know, 48 hours.
I sit down with him, with my pint about half empty.
All right. Hey, Art, get another beer for this. Here, Mike. You ain't got no money. I got it. I'm gonna strike gold tomorrow, and I'll buy this place out. Just bring him a beer. And Art's like, all right, let's put it on your tab. Your tab's mounting up. Yeah, I know. Just so you from you look like a city slicker, if I might say so. I don't mean no insult by it.
Oh no. I am very much from there, growing in the back alleys.
Yeah. What do you think about President Grant? You ever seen him? Do you even care about him?
No, would I have seen him?
That'd be, you could make a luck roll. You would have to probably get a 25.
Or, I mean, who knows?
Did he campaign?
Close.
You were close. His campaign train was very close to where you were at one point. Probably in Boston, maybe maybe Philadelphia.
I haven't run into him yet, but can't really say too much about him. Haven't heard much more than hearsay, and well, I tend to keep to myself.
All right, that's how you do it. My name's Samuel, by the way, Sam Hill.
Nice to meet you. My name's John.
I was a railroad worker, and then the railroad doesn't come through here, so I'm done with all that. So I've been mining and prospecting lately. That's what I've been doing.
Have you struck anything yet?
Hey, it's coming. I can feel it in my bones. It's coming. You'll see, Art. You'll get all your money. I owe him about $8.50.
I nod knowingly at this.
So what's your, if I might ask, what's your persuasion? You looking for, I saw that raffle on your back. Look like a sharp's.
It is. It's a fine piece of work. too.
Hmm.
How would I describe that? My general
The rifle?
mm,
Or your,
no, my persuasion, my
your
me.
occupation?
Occupation, yeah, that's it.
Whatever it is you're currently doing.
What would a non-super sketchy way to say hitman be?
I guess you could say muscle or hired hand, or could you probably even say sniper, hunter.
Sharpshooter.
Ooh, private bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter might raise a flag or two, but you know, you're
No,
kind of
private.
in a
private.
Wild West town, so it's not that unusual.
Something of a private hunter of bounties, if you will.
Yeah, I know what you are. That's what I thought. I thought you were ex-military, but you look too young. Anyway,
Military
I'll talk
doesn't
your
pay
ear
well
off all
enough.
night. I'm waiting for Miss Glory to show up.
Oh,
Miss, you ain't. You know, you just got here. Oh, you in for a sight? You should stay for the show tonight.
perhaps I will.
Yep.
Okay.
Her girls will be dancing tonight. You'll appreciate it, especially if you've been holed up in that stagecoach for like 4 days.
Thank you.
And he goes on to yap for a while. At some point, Art comes over, the bartender, and even asks, like, is he bothered? He's like, is he bothering you, Mr. Kennedy?
I smile, saying, "No, it's fine."
All right. Sam, just take it easy. No more drinks for you. I want to see you out of here, okay? In fact, I want you to pay your tab tomorrow. Tomorrow by noon. Well, fine. I'm out of here. It's nice meeting you, Mr. Kennedy. Some people are at least nice.
I stand up, smile at him, nod my head. If you ever need any work, I'm sure you'll find me.
I just might take you up on that. And he kind of stares at Artemis with this kind of weird look in his face, and Art's just like, all right, Sam, get on out of here before you cause any trouble. And so he leaves without any further ado.
Quite the character, huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Mr. Kennedy. He's some people say he's a little crazy, but he's seen a lot of things, Mr. Hill. So I give him a pass. Anyway.
I heard about the show tonight.
Oh, yeah, Saturday. You're right. It's Saturday night. You'll see the girls performing, and you can go up there and talk to them if you want a little bit later, but I'll leave that business up to you. If you know what I'm saying. Glory Devlin. Yeah, she's the house madam and entertainer.
Huh.
Fine
Well, thank
woman.
you kindly.
She's been working here almost 2 years. Well, all right. You have a good evening, Mr. Kennedy, is it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
We'll see you
Starts to
around.
walk away. Goes
And
back
I will-
behind the bar.
And after that, I will take one last glance around the room and all the characters within it, and then proceed to walk out and head over to what I thought was the bounty board.
Okay. So if you look on the Roll20 map here of the town, building number 5, oh no, wait, it's this building
4.
right here. Yeah. 4 is right next door is the jailhouse. How appropriate. You get drunk and rowdy and you get dragged out of the saloon right to the jailhouse next door.
Strategic.
And right on the front, you do see some posters. You see the ones that I have up here. Wanted Dead or Alive, Jesse James. He's a little bit known. And then there's another one that says Soapy Smith, $500 reward. And then there's another poster. It's not one. Well, it's kind of wanted. They want Pony Express riders. Pony Express riders.
Are there any that are not that high of a caliber?
That's actually make a
First
make a
level
percep-
bounty.
make make a perception check. Make a
Would
perception
urban
skill.
apply?
Oh yeah, definitely, because you're in a
Okay,
sort
cool.
of an urban area.
Give me one moment.
Sugar Baker,
21?
also known as mass murderer.
Hardly.
Is it 21?
That was
I've seen your medical profession.
Oh, 15.
an
Okay.
accident.
15. All right. You could see the remnants of where a wanted poster was recently torn down, and maybe a day or two ago, somebody either swiped it or maybe the sheriff took it down. There's like a piece of it still attached to the window.
Interesting.
It's like tacked on there.
Anything else of note?
Small nail. You can actually probably read some of it. Nah, that's about all you notice with that roll.
Not a whole lot here, I mutter under my breath.
Yeah. You see about that time you see someone walk out of the door to the porch where you're on. He's got a star on his lapel vest. He's got a gun, holster.
Oh, I would have grabbed my piece.
He kind of tips his hat to you.
I would have.
Oh, yes, right. Yeah, on your way out, you would have grabbed
I'll be back.
I go ahead and walk over to him and say, "Hi, how do you do?"
Doing pretty well today. It's good to meet you. I'm Sheriff Mackey.
Nice to meet you too.
All
My
right.
name's John.
New in town?
Mm-hmm. Just got in off the coach.
Yep. Wells Fargo's pretty busy. I bet you came in on from, I don't know, maybe Dodge?
Just to make sure, New York was around at this time, right?
Oh, yeah.
New York.
Oh, yeah. Well, I meant you probably came through Junction City or Dodge through Kansas, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
New York City, are you? Well, that's a big time right there.
It's a big
So
place,
anyway.
all right.
Is that your rifle? Looks like a Sharps.
Oh yeah, she's a beauty. And I go ahead and pull it off my back and hold my hands for him to see.
His hand kind of goes to the handle of his gun, but seems to be a reflex.
Yeah, I do it real smoothly, if you will.
It's pretty nice. Well, I may have to ask you to peacekeep that rifle. You know how to do that? The way we do that around here is you have to put some wax on that trigger there and make sure the wax ain't broken, like they used to do in the old days with swords and stuff. Although you could give me your word, but you won't need that rifle around here. You got lodging, sir, Mr. Kennedy, is it?
Not yet. No, just got in town an hour ago, maybe.
Okay, well, that's fine. It's nice to make your acquaintance. I didn't mean to bother you, but the more you walk around with that rifle, you're going to draw attention of not only me but my deputies. So, fair warning.
Yeah. As soon as I get lodgings, I'll keep it under covers. Don't worry.
All right. Well, you have a good day, and he tips his hat to you.
Before I go,
Yeah.
let me know if there's if you see me. Make sure to let me know if there's anything else that gets put up over there. As I nod over towards the posters.
I thought I might saw you looking at the wanted posters. Now, sometimes people looking at those are people that are on those, but it doesn't look like that's the case now, is it, Mr. Kennedy?
Nope.
Now, that one there that I recently torn down was, you might see him around town, Mr. Crow. You can, you don't have to give him a hard time or nothing, but he's a half Injun, but he's a good man. He's proved himself over the last week or so. Now, that right there is Jesse James. He runs with a gang that's getting pretty famous, or should I say infamous. There's about 4 of them. This will be the leader.
Whereabouts do they roam?
Mostly down in southeast Kansas near the Texas border, where they've been seen recently. Now, Soapy Smith has been more recent there. He's even been seen out in Trinity. That's only about 20 miles west of here, heading towards the Rockies.
All
Anyway,
right. Well,
you have
thank
yourself a good day. I got some things I got to be doing.
You too.
So he heads back in the office, which is in front of the jail.
At that point, I'd probably. I don't know where I'd head after that. I might head over to the tobacco and sundries to browse their wares.
Okay. Let me see where that is.
Number 11.
Number 11. It's on this side. Oh, that's in the middle of across the street there. Okay.
Mhm.
So, yeah, you go in over there, walk across the street. You see a few people walking through the thoroughfare, as they typically call it, the main street. Wagons, horses tied up. Not a lot of people in the street, but some. You pass two women walk together. One kind of winks at you and smiles. She's got a parasol over her head.
I tip my hat.
They kind of giggle and look at as you walk by. They follow you with their eyes. You were a handsome man after all.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you might have money. So you walk into the tobacco and sundries place. There's only about 2 people in here shopping around. There you can smell tobacco as you walk in. There's shelves that are up really high, and there's a man working in here with a young boy, apparently his assistant. And do I have any detail of these NPCs? I don't think I do. It's all right. Time to improvise, which I like.
It's just fine by me.
So anyway, do you want to looking to buy anything here, or are you gathering information?
Gather a little bit of information, hopefully.
Okay, cool.
Another roll?
Yeah, well, there's only like 4 people in here, but you could talk to them. Yeah, so go ahead and persuasion. Ulysses. I thought I had this NPC down.
16.
16. All right. Okay, so oh, there it is. All right, I got it. Mr. O'Donnell. So 16, yeah, you talk to there's a middle-aged man who's still got a bit of an Irish accent. And he's up the ladder trying to put some things up on the shelf, some old tobacco, and he comes down. He's like, well, I don't know. Asking about what's been going on in the area? Is that what you're asking about mostly? I'm sorry, I wasn't quite listening when you're talking to me. No offense.
No problem.
I was trying to put these things away.
And I'm going to, at this point, is there any particular type of tobacco, or like brand or make of tobacco that I recognize that he's putting away?
Yeah, it looks like now at the top shelf, he's putting like dried, like raw tobacco away. It's not even been made into products yet. But there's a lot of cigars as well. Cigarettes are a thing, but they're rarer and more expensive.
How much are cigars?
Cigars. Oh, well, if you want a box of cigars, that'd be
I was looking
$1.50.
like meta, like out of game. How much are cigars?
Well, he's telling you. Oh yeah, I guess you would know. So a box is $1.50. If you want a single, it's 10 cents.
And a box is how many?
Dozen.
I don't know if that adds up. The single is
no, it's 20.
okay. Yeah, that would add up. What kinds do you have? Where from?
Oh, all over. There's some that's local enough from North Texas, and we got some all the way coming from Stagecoach all the way from the Carolinas. Here you go. He shows you a box. Some place called Winston-Salem.
Interesting.
You, something with a red label, which will later soon become Salem cigarettes.
Give me you said you had some from the Carolinas, you say?
Oh, aye. That's what this red box is about. It's pretty good stuff. I think it's a bit better than what we grow around here. Soil's probably not as good.
Huh.
But you like one, mister?
What do you think of it?
What do I think about? Well, I'll be honest. I I haven't smoked in about 7 years, but I used to like a chimney. When I was over in Dublin, that's all we did all the time. But I've been giving it up. It's strange that I'm still working here. This is my business. That's my son over there.
I tip my hat at him.
Hi, Tracy is his name. I'm Mr. O'Donnell. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Name's Kennedy.
Ah, a good Scotch-Irish name as well.
I laugh and smile at this.
And welcome to Haven.
Thank you.
I both welcome and warn you at the same time, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, give me one. Just one.
I tell you what, I rather like talking to you. You seem to be. I'll give you one for free. This one's on the house. He hands you one of
Well,
those.
thank you very kindly.
Aye, not even from Cuba. This one. This one's from. This one's more domestic, but I think it's just as good. On the
Right.
house.
Is this the kind of shop that one could light one up in, or?
Yeah, you don't think there's any real ordinances against that. I
Okay.
mean, where you're from, probably, but here it looks like they wouldn't give a rat's
I
fuck.
doubt even in New York at the time they were doing no
True. I don't think there was such thing as a no smoking sign in New York at the time.
Well, I'm just saying there might have been like
Okay.
some personal
Yeah, I guess.
boundaries, but I don't think there would be any laws or ordinances.
We'll go ahead and light it up then, see how it is. And if you want to get the chance, roll it over to Randall and Marin, see what they've got to do
Yeah,
in the
let's
meantime.
cut scene to them. Try to get you guys together, but it'll happen.
No.
I like the role playing, but yeah, we'll make something happen. So you guys how long you're gonna sit in the Blue Moon Saloon till the show starts?
Basically, yeah, Penny will be probably reading one of her medical texts while she's waiting for the show to start. Probably enjoying a small meal and a neat drink before the show, and just
Cool.
she made note of Mr. Kennedy as he came in and nodded to him, but didn't pay much attention to her at scene other than noticing her. So she kind of went back to her book, and she's hoping that she still hasn't managed to talk with Glory yet about that nasty cough she has.
You haven't seen her all day, but she's more of an evening.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to get with her all week, but she's been difficult to get a hold of. So
Yeah.
but
She
yeah,
has
so
been. In fact, you actually heard she was actually out of town for a few days.
Yeah, I've been coming up like looking for cough remedies and kind of tinkering with some tinctures that I could possibly order. So
cool.
so that's
Matt,
what
also on that note, since you're make a medicine check, because I don't think you've diagnosed. I think you think right?
I
No,
think
you think?
I have a disease specialty if it applies.
Yes.
Is it +1 or +2 in this game? I can't remember.
+1.
Okay, I didn't remember. I
Yeah,
haven't read
just like SK3.
All right, I haven't read the rules in ages, so. All right, let's see. Oh, nice.
Yeah, as you've been looking through your books over the last few days and looking at your supplies, you actually
Sorry, it's actually supposed to be a 20.
23.
+3 more, 20, 25.
Oh, 25.
I have a +6 normally. I read the wrong column.
Okay, you
+6
just nailed it.
normally and +1 for disease, so +7. So
Okay. So yeah, so as you've been researching, you're now certain. You're like, she may have like some minor consumption, but her real thing seems to be you're pretty sure she has syphilis, which probably makes sense in her line of work.
very possible. All right, now it's time to research how to cure syphilis.
Yeah. You know of no common cure, but you've heard of various like fringe science cures and some snake oil salesman stuff. Even tell of like witchcraft from the old country that cured somebody once, supposedly.
Actually, it used to be like mercury.
Yeah, there's a mercury concoction that's supposedly a part of it. That's the problem. You've heard like 4 or 5 different things. You're like, wait a minute, this person used mercury. This person did a chant on the full moon with mercury. It's like, what's going on? So meanwhile, Hunter, Randall, so you're sitting there, you've been sitting there. That stranger John Kennedy left, the guy with the rifle left about half an hour ago. And it's just business as usual. You've been watching people like you usually do. And you suddenly notice, you sense it before you notice. You just get this weird feeling, and you look behind you, and there's a figure standing right behind you. And at first it's like, oh, can I help you? And then you realize that nobody else seems to notice this person. And you realize it's probably one of your gifts. And it's somebody standing there with blood all over them, pale. And it sounds like they say to you, you must avenge us. You must avenge us.
Oh boy.
Please. You're our only chance in this world. And then suddenly they like vanish. The person vanishes. And everybody's just kind of like, even somebody walks through like right where that person was.
Okay. Definitely will take a note of that. I'm actually going to get up and walk towards Sugar Baker here.
So you're looking through a book.
Yeah, just
Looking up from my book, yes.
well, politely tap her on the shoulder.
Oh, yes, Mr. Crow.
Do you have any notes on what we encountered the last week with those imposters, by chance?
Oh, the men who, the bandits who were pretended to be Indians. Sure, I kept.
Yes, in the
followed back
disappearance cases.
in my room.
Would you mind? I'd like to take a look at your notes.
Of course. Sure. Give me a moment, please. Let me. What time of day is it? So I'm trying to figure out how much longer until.
Like late afternoon.
Oh, so I have plenty of time for Glory's.
4
Glory.
p.m. Yeah, 4:30.
She won't show until like 8 p.m. basically, right? So I have.
Right. Yeah, she's prime time.
Gotcha. So I'm probably not even eating dinner. I might just be having a quick snack or something. So actually, you can. Yes, I'll just run over next door to the hotel and get my notes for you. May I ask your interest in this?
And I'm sure you've seen one of my episodes before. I know I explained it last.
It actually happened before we ran into the bandits, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah. I didn't know if she was in on it or not.
I'll just tap on my side of my head like I had an episode.
Well, okay. Well, if you want to come with me, you can wait in the lobby of the hotel. I'll just run up to my room and get my notes.
Of course.
So,
and I'll gesture towards the door.
Okay. I'll pay my tab. Slide the book into my medical doctor's bag. Grab my parasol and
tab's probably like 50 cents, maybe 75.
Next door.
Or you can just put it on the tab. Artemis has been pretty nice. That's all right, Mrs. Sugarbaker. If you just want to add it to the tab, or if you want to pay it now, that's
knows I'm good for it. So
that's I know where you stay. Yeah. Much obliged. Have a good day.
Do you?
All right. So yes, I will. So I'll head next door and.
All right.
Head upstairs and.
And during the walk, I'll explain what happened. See if she can make any sense of it. Maybe what kind of injuries that would have caused.
You're both going over. You're both heading over.
Yeah.
All right.
I basically think he can wait in the lobby while I go upstairs.
You see the well-to-do Englishman that runs the place gives you a raised eyebrow as you lead a gentleman upstairs.
No. He's staying in the lobby.
Oh, he's staying in the lobby. Okay. He wasn't going to say anything, but
no, he's staying in the lobby. I'll be right back. I was just thinking as we walk across the street, basically we could chat a little bit.
I'll just shake my head. Too pale.
Okay. All right. So I will. So I'll head upstairs, grab my notes, and come back downstairs again to the lobby, and
Okay.
perhaps we should find a place we can talk about this. The saloon's a bit too loud.
I understand. Do you have parchment and pen? Or what is it? Is it parchment or paper? I don't know what you guys use.
They have paper now. Yeah. I mean, parchment's still around too, but they have paper
Yeah,
and vellum.
Yeah.
fountain pens, basically.
Okay. And I'll take it and actually start kind of doing a rough sketch of what I saw,
Mhm.
the injuries.
Yeah, there's I mean, the lobby, there's actually a little private area off in a corner.
Okay,
All
we'll go
right.
sit there.
Mike, I also want to use my medical knowledge to see what kind of explain to her, because I know she's a doctor, way above my level.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, could you make this controllable by me?
Oh, did we even get you one, Ian?
I mean, I can just use this. This works fine.
Well, I think I have as an NPC, but
Okay, got it.
yeah, I already have him marked as somebody. Here, I'll find somebody really quick. Rifleman, sniper, maybe. So yeah, if I want to keep role playing really quick while I
Yeah.
So
What do you think? Is it
Here
light
you go, Ian.
lacerations, or could it be something
Ooh,
Mr. Val
maybe
Kilmer.
drama?
that'll work just
Tombstone.
fine.
Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday, I do declare. Johnny Tyler, madcap.
So these deceased fellas, they asked for vengeance.
I
Suppose
can't
they
tell
didn't
if
mention.
it's yes. I can't tell if it's the missing people, or if it's something
What
else.
did they look like? Were they Caucasian like myself? Were they of a more indigenous persuasion like yourself? Or perhaps more like good Marshall?
No. I want to say Caucasian, at least the one.
Going in the
And then
church.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, hold up.
And how many were there? How many of these people did you see?
just the one, but just the inflection of how he talked, there was bound to be more. How many? I can't tell you. I don't know.
Well, I'm not. Is there like there's really no, I guess, a crafting role to draw, basically, correct?
Yeah,
Um,
there's
so-
an artist talent too, but
yeah. But if
Let
you're
me
not,
see your anatomy book.
Check.
Let's try that. Let me see your anatomy book.
well, I was trying to think if you could actually draw the person you saw. We could ask around and see who this person is. But we could also figure out how he died too. So I'll bring out my medical text.
Okay.
So, and Randy
wouldn't the sheriff have maybe a sketch artist, somebody that can draw?
Well, the
probably you don't know, but you could ask around. Maybe one of his
I'll
deputies.
actually do that.
I'm a fair hand with a bit of charcoal. I could try myself.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
Oh, actually, you've heard that Isaiah Watts at the Western Union Telegraph is a bit of an artist. He does a lot of the sketches in the area.
Okay.
Okay, then I would need you as medical consultant.
Okay.
That way, if I say maybe the cheekbones are too high, maybe you can correct me and my descriptions.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, Randy, just so you know, that last apparition you saw doesn't look to be related to the one you saw a week ago, headed up to the mill. This
I got you.
apparition looked like it probably was more a crow person, like somebody from your tribe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the wounds look particularly nasty.
Very
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yep.
The
Okay.
recent one was not a Caucasian man. It was a crow. It was a crow engine.
Okay, then I would have corrected that. But the injuries themselves, can I recollect how that the last operation looked? Try to compare them.
Yeah, the last one was definitely a white man, and he had like gunshot wounds in him. This last one was probably a crow. Again, it's a spirit, so it's incorporeal. But it looked like the wounds were more like slashes, like deep claw marks.
All right. Hey, give me 1 second. Child emergency.
Yeah. We'll cut to Mr. Kennedy.
Gotcha.
So,
In the meantime, I suppose I would have chatted it up with this man. Would have smoked the cigar. Given, well, how is the cigar that he gave me?
I mean, it's personal preference whether your character likes, but if you want me to roll, it's pretty good.
Okay.
If your character is into tobacco.
He does. He smokes cigars. He has
Oh, yeah.
he has a
pretty good.
box of them on.
You don't think it's as good as a Cuban, but it's like he claimed, but it's up there.
I might have to come back. I might have to take some of these here once I run out of what I've got now.
I would give you another one for free, but I've got to make a bit of a living.
I understand just well.
Aye.
I know how business can be.
It's a bit rough here in Haven, but the place is growing. We're just doing all right.
Yeah, it's a
We
quaint little
founded 3
town.
years ago.
Oh, really? That young?
Well, that's when I came here anyway. There wasn't much to it.
Is there, by any chance, much to hunt out here? And I kind of like, well, I sort of like reach with my right hand like up toward the barrel of my gun and kind of like knock on it, but like don't like knock on it, like touch against it.
You mean
Just
like
up
hunting game and that sort of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Or bounty hunting? There's lots of those come to as well.
Either or.
Boy, well, there's lots of jackrabbits around. Lots of cattle poachers as well. Sheriff Mackey, have you been over across the jailhouse? Sometimes there's wanted posters out there. That sort of thing.
I did talk to him. He seems like a very fine man.
Hey, he's a good man for a sheriff, a good lawman. So, and by the way, I probably should mention it to us because you're a stranger, right? I'm assuming here. Did you just come into town?
About an hour and a half.
Oh,
not long ago.
That new.
Yes,
well, no.
fresh. Just hopped over to the saloon, had myself a drink.
Well, there you go. I was praying to God that I wasn't the first face you saw in Haven, Kansas.
No, don't worry. I don't
good...
think I'd be too. I don't think I'd be too disheartened if it were.
Thank you, about it kind of blushes. But you'll be seeing Glory Devlin later on if you go over there. That's the fine looker right there.
I plan on it.
She's getting on in her 50s, but she still looks quite good, if you ask me. Slowing down a little bit, of course. Got all the youngins doing the work for her now, if you know what I'm saying. By the way, I want to warn you as a stranger, sometimes when strangers are coming into town, some of them wound up disappearing and we're not quite sure. There's a rumor going around.
What are the rumors?
Well, there's some people that disappeared. There's about 4 people now. Now, obviously, we're out here in the frontier, so people can go wandering off and a coyote gets them or something like that, or they get scalped by a Cheyenne. But it's just strange that it keeps happening. There's kind of looks around. There's something to do. Something to do with the some people say it to do with the Gilded Queen. That's the casino down the street. Some people are saying some strange things are afoot over there. But I don't like to rumor monger.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just wanted to warn you. Fair warning.
Thank you. But I have a feeling I won't need to worry too much.
Yeah, probably not with that piece on your back there.
Oh yeah, she's a beauty. You want to see her?
Oh no, it's quite all right.
All right.
I can appreciate her from a distance.
All right. Well.
About this time, another customer walks in. He's like, "Oh, Mr. Kennedy, I'll be right back. I've got you." He turns around. It's a woman. He's like, "Oh,
I'll continue enjoying this cigar."
Miss Daisy, welcome. Yeah, you continue. You're about halfway done, probably. Tastes pretty good. The little boy that works here occasionally gives you interested, a look like he's all curious about your rifle and stuff.
No, call over to him. And what was his name? Did I hear?
Nah, the little boy is really, he's been working, stocking stuff.
The man gave me a name, correct?
Oh yeah, he said his name was Mr. O'Donnell. Mr. O'Donnell.
That's the
Say
name of
the
the
boy
boy.
over there's name is Tracy.
Your name's Tracy, isn't it? I'll if I catch him looking at me or looking my way, I'll say.
Oh, aye. Yes, that's my name. Sorry, mister. I've got lots of work to do.
Okay. And I'll nod at this.
Ah. Nice to meet you, Mike. Nice to meet your acquaintance.
Name's Kennedy.
Okay, hi. And he like trips and drops a bunch of boxes of cigars and kind of a little klutzy, and he kind of picks it up and he's all nervous. Sorry about don't. Anyway, I'll be getting out your way. I'm going downstairs. I need to put I need to put it out this way. And he like kind of runs off. You see him going down some steps.
So I suppose I'd start to make my way out then. Thank the man. Thank Mr. O'Donnell. Tell him I'll be seeing him again.
He's talking to a woman, but he's like, "Hi, Mr. Kennedy. Nice to meet you. I hope to see you again now."
And I'm gonna head over towards the casino. See what's going on over there.
Okay. It's very at the end of the thoroughfare, as you can see. You
Yeah.
can see a work crew. There's men working on it. You hear carpentry going. You hear like nails being banged. There's about a work crew of about 7 or 8 men working on the back. They're putting their roofing at. It looks like most of it's done. They're just kind of doing some exterior touches. You even see a wagon. They're offloading some very nice looking pieces of furniture. You see a pool table being loaded in also. Very fine billiards table. A couple of the men kind of look at you, but they tip their hats or just ignore you.
We'll just kind of stand back in the kind of near the edge of the street and just stand back and take it in. After
So
that,
make a perception check then.
okay.
Urban specialty.
Which means I think yes, that.
Oh. So as you kind of watch this whole scene unfold, you realize there's a man that kind of seems to be overseeing the whole thing. He's got kind of a presence. He doesn't really say a lot, but when he does give it, like, say an order, all the men work hop to. He's fairly tall. He's got little round glasses, balding, and when you do hear him speak, he seems to speak. He has a German accent. And at some point, he actually looks across the street and kind of sees you, and he just kind of like tips his glasses.
Yeah. All right. So not a whole lot going on there.
Then finally, kind of shouts across the street, "Will it be open soon enough, my friend? Make sure you bring your friends to the gilded Queen.
I hope to see it, and I
Finest
will
place in all of Haven."
give a kind of like a bit more than just a head nod, but like almost half a bow with my hat before walking over to the inn.
Good day, sir.
Good day to you as well.
And you,
Go enter the inn and see what's going on here.
All right, go to the hotel. You walk in, you see those same 2 people over there in the parlor, kind of sitting at a table in the corner. Looks like that woman you saw with the doctor's bag and that half Indian.
Okay.
They seem to be using finger paints and no, I'm kidding. No,
I'll start by making some, I guess, friendly talk, introducing myself to
yeah, you 2 see this same old guy walk in.
Well, whoever's the clerk, if you will.
Yeah, there's a clerk, a guy with a nicely groomed mustache, nice suit on behind he's like, "Hello, good day, sir."
Hi. Fine establishment you've got here.
I do. Thank you, good sir. Do you need accommodations for the evening, perhaps?
I do believe I will. I don't believe I'll be putting the coin down just yet. I'll save that till a little bit closer till
Surely
sundown.
you want to shop around.
Mm-hmm.
That was a joke. We're the only hotel in Haven, I'm afraid.
Well, there was this there was this nice water trough I saw outside.
Yes.
Oh,
Hmm.
droll.
Surely you're not suggesting you will be sleeping in the stable tonight?
No, just mere joke.
Of course, of course. The rooms are only $1.50. You can check in as late as 9 p.m. Checkout time is at noon. You're expected to not be 1 minute late.
Well, then I shall hope to be on time. I will then attempt to see if there's any rumors that he has heard, that he knows of. Any basically
okay.
same thing I've been doing thus far.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, my favorite.
Persuasion skill roll with your awesome magnetism. Yeah, okay. All right, well, so he makes some small talk with you, and he's like, he's very English in the fact that he has a wry sense of humor, but he doesn't blab a lot. Like he'll say something, and then he's just sort of waits for your response if there's one at all. And occasionally he does like this weird British dry humor thing that doesn't always play.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And but at some point, and it looks like he's not gonna really. He doesn't say much. He does apparently not a big rumor monger. But as the conversation seems like it's wrapping up, he does say at last, "Oh, Mr. What's your name again?"
Kennedy. Call me Kennedy.
Kennedy, of course, of course. I'm Mr. Baxter.
Mr. Oliver, this is Mr. Baxter's
I'm sorry.
partner.
I'm sorry.
It was
Oh,
Mr. Oliver.
Did I give him the wrong? I looked at the wrong name. Hold on.
It should be Oliver.
Where is Mr. Oliver? Oliver. Oh yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Is
Mr.
it Oliver
Baxter
then?
is his night clerk. This is actually Mr. Oliver.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I tell people Mr. Baxter is my code name. Only kidding. Baxter Oliver is my name. I'm the proprietor of this place, more than merely a clerk. I will say, Mr. Kennedy, that there has been rumor of late that some people have gone missing in
So
Haven,
I hear.
Kansas. I thought you might have heard that, and I didn't even want to say it because of that very fact. But it does seem to be fact, however. Someone checked in here, in fact. I would show you the ledger, but that is completely against policy. 10 days ago, and it's never returned, it's never checked out.
They just walked out and didn't.
Might have went off into the wilderness and got eaten by a coyote, of course, but still very strange. Left their bags here and everything.
And what did you do with their bags? I must ask.
Yeah, make a persuasion roll on that one.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
He's not very forthcoming. He pauses for a moment and says, interesting that you should ask. We have kept it here in case they return. We have a 30-day policy.
What happens when those 30 days are up?
Quite the inquirer, Mr. Kennedy, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Often the things are divvied out to the hotel employees, of course. So, shall I put you down for a room?
Not quite yet. Not quite.
Very well. You might have heard, but Mrs. Glory Devlin shall be performing tonight, as in every other Saturday, across the thing.
Yes. On the show.
Well, good night, Mr. Kennedy.
Good night. After that conversation comes to a close, I'm going to make my way over into that corner as best I can. Well, as non-weirdly as I can, if you will.
Are you being so non-weird?
You gotta make things weird. So with your magnetism, yeah, you're probably one of those guys that, like, even when you kind of lurk, you look like you're there for a purpose. And so, yeah, you see these two draw. I mean, it's pretty obvious that this Mr. Kennedy is standing right there kind of watching you, but he seems to be good-natured about it.
Well, actually, I was planning on walking up, introducing myself.
Actually, I was planning on assassinating both of them.
Why y'all fingering your trigger like that?
I believe I saw the two of you in the saloon earlier, yes?
Go
I
away.
will say as I walk up. Name's Kennedy.
Don't care. Go away.
Please excuse my taciturn friend. I am Miss Penelope Sugarbaker of Charlotte, South Carolina. Sorry, Charleston, South Carolina. Pleased to meet you.
Good to meet you too, Miss Penelope. I will say as I extend my hand.
I will allow him to take mine.
I will then do as whatever would be most appropriate in that situation then.
If you're quite the dandy, you might kiss the back of her hand, but otherwise a simple shake is probably. You're quite the dandy.
All right, then I suppose I would go for that, kissing the
Oh.
back of his hand then. Sure. I've heard some interesting rumors about this town.
Do you also
Fantastic.
listen to rumors?
Eh, there's often at least entertainment in them, so of course.
Well,
They seem to
that,
be drawing a picture, by the way. Yeah.
doesn't look very pleasant looking.
And then you realize the picture is you. No, I'm kidding.
Are you familiar with voodoo?
As you can see, I'm cutting this doll out that looks just like you.
Yeah.
It
Can
holds
I
a-
borrow a bit of hair from you, sir?
Oh God.
So, obviously you are new in town since you are still openly carrying your rifle. I think that is frowned upon, but whatever.
I do not have lodgings as of yet.
Well, there's only one hotel in town. You're not staying in it. So,
I like
but
to.
the accommodations are very agreeable. So,
Ooh. Are they now?
yes. Mr.
My oh
Oliver is
my.
a fine innkeeper. What brings you to this corner of the world?
Well, this what would the word be? Region? No.
State?
Frontier? I'm just gonna go with frontier. And this frontier seemed like it might be a fun adventure. New characters to meet, new places to go.
I see you seem to have money to burn then.
A little bit.
The other gentleman is still drawing out the picture.
I kind of
Right.
glance at it occasionally, kind of see how it's progressing, seeing that, you know.
He's on the fourth stick, which is the leg. And they're-
Stick figures.
Too much
They
credit.
have-
Too
Here
much
it
credit.
is. Here's what I saw.
That's awful interesting.
It had a cold mouth and a carrot nose.
That's awful interesting. I'll say as I look at it.
Oh, the drawing?
Mm-hmm.
And is there anything in her medical books that would kind of match up besides a bear to those wounds that I saw?
Yeah, are you thumbing through her book? Is she letting you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I actually
okay.
have medical
On the table.
knowledge, so I'm kind of
Yeah.
picking it up.
So it's mostly written in English. There's some Latin connotations to it as well. But there
Okay.
are a good bit of pictures. There's diagrams about every 5 pages. And you do see one area that's got bear wounds that look very similar to what you saw, but maybe not quite. Like look like bear
Yeah.
claws.
Yeah,
Very
but I'm going
similar,
by
but-
I'm going by the width,
Huh?
length. I'm going by the width,
Yeah.
length of the strike.
Awful
So
grisly, don't
I
you
know what
think?
I'm looking for.
Yeah. What's your intellect, friend? +0 or plus -1?
+1.
Oh, +1. When
Yeah.
you look at the illustration closer, like whoever did the illustration is pretty good artist. You could see something that you recall from your past, the old lore.
Yeah.
So bear claws often will leave a 3 gash. This one leaves 3 gashes. And it reminds you of you get kind of a chill running up your spine for a second.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna actually measure, what the diagram is. I'm using occult knowledge.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, make it a cult skill roll if you want.
All right. Because if I can match that up to what I saw in the last apparition, I think we're getting close.
Cool.
That's awful grisly, don't you think?
I have no idea. I can't
It is,
scale it from a drawing. I can't.
Yeah, you're still not. I mean, it has the 3 marks, but you're like, well, is that just the artist just being lazy, or is that for real, or
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It is somewhat violent, yes, but so is the frontier.
So it would seem.
How many people have gone missing? Do you recall?
From this town?
Yes.
Last I heard, there were well, there was Anna, but that was 12 days ago now.
How old was she?
I don't have in my written notes
You,
here how old
you
it
remember
was.
she was pretty young.
Is
Not
this in
like-
character?
She was about 17.
Yeah.
Is what the townspeople have been saying.
Oh, this is in character?
Yes.
Yes, everything's in character.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was a young woman, 17, I believe.
And the prior victims, age range?
That I'm not sure. We would probably need to ask the sheriff for details on that. I've only heard rumors that there were more people missing, but not the details of who they are.
Come with me. I think I know. And I'm gonna actually close her medical book, hand it to her, and take my drawing and start hastily walking out.
Oh my.
Okay.
Well, I hope to see you two later.
I kind of put the medical book in my doctor's bag and, well,
Tag along if you like.
So Hunter
Then I
stalks
shall.
out. Does anybody follow him?
I'm following him.
I will then follow him as I have been allowed to.
Your interest is piqued.
Mr. Oliver doesn't really say anything as you exit. He just kind of nods and smiles, and you go out into the dirty streets.
Be back.
I'll be back. And you're headed to Sheriff Mackey's?
Yeah.
All right.
And
To the jail.
And I'm planning on letting them know that we need to go to the Undertaker after this. There's something that's just not adding up.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. What is it you think you know?
I'll tell you about it if I get it confirmed.
Okay, you're being awfully mysterious, but okay.
All right. Just
So you
head to
walk
the
100 feet or so to the jailhouse. And
I'm sure he's faster than I am, so.
yeah, he's pretty good. Nobody's sitting on the porch, but Sheriff Mackey could be in the office, or maybe one of his deputies.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do a polite double tap before I open the door.
Okay. Opening the door is looks like a Mexican fellow. You think his name is Juan Sanchez. He's one of the sheriff's deputies. See, good day. I'm afraid the sheriff is not here.
No, rats. Maybe you can fill me in on some knowledge. The disappearances. Do you know the ages of the people that disappeared and what location were they supposedly disappeared from by chance?
Yeah, hold on a minute. I'm not really supposed to look into that, but I can check. And he goes to the Sheriff Mackey's desk and starts looking through some papers.
Who is looking into the disappearances if you're not?
Look, I don't know. I'm just a deputy, man. I'm just a hired hand. I'm just a gunman, basically. But I do a bit
Fair
of
enough.
investigation. It looks like there are 4 people registered to be missing. There might
So
be a
they-
5th, but no one knows for sure.
So they aren't just drummers.
There is
Interesting.
Anna, and there is brother. They have like a Russian last name, and there are 2 other people.
And his brother, you say?
See, is Ivan.
How old?
He's a bit older. He says 20, but they have
Okay.
been missing for 12 or 13 days.
Okay.
The last one missing was 3 days ago, I think.
Suspected animal attacks?
Who knows? Perhaps Cheyenne got them. I don't know. Perhaps you know something about that, Mr. Crow.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Who went missing
Any-
3 days ago?
Hey, we are doing our best, you know. There's only 3 of us, and there is no marshal. But
I know that, but let me assist you.
you helped out a week ago. Perhaps that is up to sheriff. I can. He'll be back soon, hopefully.
Okay. Well, I'll be over at the Undertaker if he shows up soon.
See, shall I tell him to go over there? I don't
Yes,
know.
and yes, and please give him the details that I've been asking about.
So you think you have something to share?
It's a theory, but I can't confirm it.
See. All right. Well, a good day.
Thank you, Deputy. And then
Dios.
I'll start filling them in on some of the details, like they're young. How did they get abducted from a town? Was it day or night? You know, just trying to bounce ideas off.
Well, we do know that Anna went missing, it seems, of her own volition, was what we were told.
But was she beguiled? Was she coerced to go out?
I do not know. I'm trying to remember out of character. I believe she left her room in the middle of the night, I want to say. Is that right, Mike? Am I remembering that?
That's the story, but no one seems to know for sure.
But that's what we were told anyway about it.
And you think that's the one Mr. Oliver was saying they haven't reported back for left their stuff here? That was probably Anna.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The other theme seems to be it's mostly newcomers straight into town. Which is why Mr. Kennedy was being warned.
So, Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. McGuffin.
So, they aren't rumors then.
Apparently not.
There's some truth to those rumors, at least.
Yes, but wouldn't those coincide with the motives of maybe either a serial killer or maybe a possible MO that we don't know of?
Serial killer.
Well, think about it. New people rolling into town, haven't been established yet, very little known about them. All of a sudden they disappear. Who cares?
Seems kind of like something out of a Penny Dreadful.
I don't know her, but
I guess you wouldn't.
That's
Was I
Penny's
supposed to
other
be-
name. Penelope Dreadful.
Yeah, Penelope Dreadful.
oh, I know her.
Penelope the Dreadful. Yes. Dreadful
Yes, small
Penelope.
hands, big teeth.
Ian, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just in character. I'm kind of leaning against my cane, if you will, listening.
Cool. By the way, do you guys need a break? Do you want to take 3 or 4?
I'm good.
We can take 3.
Okay.
Okay, let's take 3. Okay,
So-
audience, we're gonna take 3 minutes. We'll be back in 90 time. What is it?
180 seconds.
Yeah, a lot of seconds. So
Yeah.
see you then.
179.
See you
Are
guys.
we all leaving?
178. 177.
Okay.
Yep.
I have a question.
See you
Marin, you're staying, yeah?
I'm here, yeah.
How exactly do you think I can? I don't know. I don't know what to do here to try and get my character in, if you will.
It's always weird when we're not an already established group.
Yeah.
And even now, we're not really an established party, as it were. So until something happens that brings us together, it is
Fair enough.
like out of character. I'm actually here trying to make some contact with the local tribes like Medicine Man to find out some information on different ways of treating things. I just happen to be, treating any illnesses I find along the way. Sort of like Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman meets, I don't know who, yeah.
Out of character as well, I believe for the most part that I am a private bounty hunter. Let's go with that.
You're
Very much a hitman.
Yeah, I'm not sure what marks you have in this tiny little podunk town.
It's not necessarily marks that I do have, but rather marks that people don't have on me. I took the wanted weakness and slipped up on the idea is I slipped up on a previous job and am now suspect.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, running away to a smaller town, just looking to see if there's
disappear from public view for a while. Just make sure you're not drawing attention to yourself. So,
or stay here if I can find work good enough.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm running through my personal funds, waiting for a meeting to be granted, but we haven't really talked about that in game at all. So
a meeting? What do you mean?
Like what she wants to do is have a meeting with the local medicine man.
Okay.
Dr. Sonberg. Dr. Barnabas Son.
The native medicine man, not the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's looking for more esoteric.
Yep.
Because real medicine failed, so she's looking for other means.
Right. Yeah. That's cool. Do you have any occult knowledge?
She does not. No, she has no training at all in it. But she's basically looking for other ways because her mother died and the doctor couldn't cure her, and now she has the same thing, and so she's trying to find a cure.
Oh,
Thank
cool.
you for reminding me. I want to pull away. I'm going to pull away a point, the 1 point I put in healing arts, because I think I'm going to put it into the occult. What is occult based off of? Intelligence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so shadow then. Because I'm pretty sure that such a thing would, or such a skill point would prove.
So there's not
useful to my
the
character,
Savage Kingdom's 7 disciplines of magic per se. It would be your specialties would be like Christian.
I saw
occult,
like Catholicism, stuff like that.
Yeah, witchcraft,
Alchemy.
voodoo.
Don't you have to have a? Do you have to have a talent to take occult in this as well?
I can't.
No, like you
there's
have to have something that
literally a
gives-
talent called witchcraft or Catholicism.
Oh, so I cannot put a point into occult unless I have the thing?
So that's like if you actually want to cast spells, you have to have.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just occult knowledge.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
But
how would I do occult
have to
knowledge?
have
Should
a
I put it in like
talent.
academics?
I think there's a skill literally called occult. If I can find the character sheet.
There is. It is a skill.
Yeah,
And
the equivalent being the magical arts in Savage Kingdom.
yeah, but I'm not looking to cast spells, just looking for knowledge.
Right,
I guess
but
I would
that's
put
what I'm
that.
saying. That's the occult skill. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
It would let you cast spells too if you have other things to go along with it.
I don't
Right.
plan on casting any.
And you being a northeasterner, you would most likely be a Catholic.
I guess the skill point being an occult is mostly for flavor purposes that Mike knows about. The idea would be for that. What do you think?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that works without any of that knowledge.
I mean, but just for lore, it might prove a path. Like I have
Right.
the knowledge, and that's how. Perhaps.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, don't you have to have at least one skill level in occult to have what you
Do
have?
you?
I can't remember. Let me look
Hold
up.
up. Yeah.
I'm least familiar with these rules than Savage Kingdoms because
Yeah, I haven't reviewed these in a while.
we haven't run this. Yeah, I looked over like an hour earlier.
Nope. It's just intellect or magnetism. That's it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So once Randy gets back, we'll start back up.
Okay, I'm gonna go pee real quick then. Be right back.
Cool. This has been like 4 minutes. There he is. Right as Matt leaves, there's a Randall elbow.
Yeah. Sorry, had to do the Crow Daddy thing.
No, it's cool. How are they doing, the kids?
Oh, doing pretty good. One wants to play on the tablet. The other one keeps falling.
How's the wife?
Ornery as ever. Nah, she
Yeah.
I kept trying to steal my phone charger. I'm like, no.
No cats for us to do that. I mean, no kids, just cats. Cats.
Oh God. Yeah, I remember cat. Oh, not that cat, but a cat.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think that's why I stopped fostering them.
Yeah. I would be a foster fail every time.
Nah, you know me, man. I'm dog person through and through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like them both, but cats kind of take care of themselves more. We have weird hours
Yeah.
as
Well,
actors. Not as much this year, but
Yeah, it makes sense, man.
yeah, they're both good. It's funny when people go, "Are you a cat or dog person?" Like, can I be both? Can I be an animal person?
Yeah, I like animals.
So,
Yeah.
to be clear, these ghosts are not they're not my victims.
What he sees?
Yes.
I wouldn't know.
Okay then. It's thought it'd be interesting if they are.
Yeah, between those 3 characters, y'all definitely have some baggage.
Yeah. Honestly, it might be pretty fun to have some inter-character conflict.
You know, it's weird, like having baggage works almost more in a Wild West setting than even a fantasy setting, because a lot of the reason people come west is
It's
they
just
were
the
outlaw, they were to start over.
Oh, let me go grab an energy shot real
She's
quick.
not really running away from anything. She's
Coffee.
looking for information. So she's more on a quest to find something rather than to escape something.
Yeah, or maybe a little of both.
I am curious as to some of your ideas for actually hooking us together.
It's kind of working. Well, I don't want to give too much away. There's something that's hopefully.
I guess the biggest hook that you can give for John is he has let's call it bloodthirst.
Syphilis. Oh, what?
He has a violent streak.
Yes, that is something that well, I mean, I told you of his weaknesses.
Yep.
So yeah, that. I suppose that'd be the quickest way.
2 of you have that one. I won't say who.
Ooh. I think I have an idea. I'm gonna be really surprised if it's
You're all 3 a bit broken.
broken.
Well, I'm just
John
broke.
feels whole as whole as ever.
All right, you ready to start back?
Sure.
Okay, audience, we are returned to Mythic West, a fresh new hell. It's the name of the campaign, if it ever becomes one.
It'd be nice if it were. It's really awesome. Like, God, it's really cool to go through and actually see stuff from a non-fantasy point of view. It's really neat.
Yeah, I think it's kind of eye-opening. I mean, I'm much more of a medieval fantasy person, but I do like Old West stuff, science fiction. But yeah, from a game designer point, it's kind of cool to go, how can I tweak this basic engine into this and then add a few things to the chassis?
It does seem, through my glance, it seems like fights are much shorter as far as combat goes. What with every weapon having more than having so much ease in one-shotting a single
Because
person.
people aren't wearing armor. You've got
Yeah.
bullets. Remember that last gunfight last session, Randy and Matt? That was pretty nasty. People were getting messed up pretty quickly.
That was brutal.
Yeah, Penny came away without lucky. She
Oh,
didn't get
God,
shot
that
at
was
all.
brutal.
So,
Yeah, somebody almost got taken out immediately, but they used luck. Was that you, Matt, or was it Dave?
no, I think it was John. Or no, it may have been Danny. Danny always gets killed.
Does Danny always use his luck like that?
Well, Danny always gets killed. I mean, he fights
Yeah.
to the last.
Of the last 5 Savage Kingdoms characters to die, I think Danny was 4 of them.
Oh my god.
But there's another kid that plays George. He's a good kid. He's the Danny of the kid Savage Kingdoms. He's probably died 5 times out of like 8 characters. But
Sweet. That sounds familiar.
he's the Danny of the. All right, so where do you guys head out? So you were headed to you're leaving
Undertaker.
the jailhouse and heading to the Undertaker. All right.
Yeah.
I think there's one in town.
There is. That's actually where Danny's character works part time.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's over here at building number. Where's that?
13.
Number 7. 13. No, that's the
Number
carpenter.
7?
Wagon maker.
Building number 7, where Lily was employed.
Unless you go to the butcher.
Yeah, that's another
Why are they next door to each other? That's why I don't know.
another tongue-in-cheek thing is the butcher is next door to the doctor's office.
Well, it'd be worse if he was next. Is he next door to the morgue? The butcher's next door to the morgue. It's like Mrs. Lovett's meat pies.
Yeah. Well, the doctor's office is also in this town is also the Undertaker and the morgue, so it's all one. Dr. Sonnenberg handles all of it. He's even like the main veterinarian.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I have a job with the butcher.
Yeah. Yeah, you were working over there. Well, you worked for like 4 hours. Joseph's Fine Meats. Yeah, Joseph T. Casero. He's the big Italian guy. That's the butcher. So anyway,
Yep.
you go over to Dr. Sonnenberg's, the doctor and Undertaker. There's a sign
All
that
right.
says, so it says Doctor and Undertaker, and underneath it is the gentleman's name, and it says Dr. Barnabas Sonnenberg. Oh, he's also the
Oh.
town dentist.
Oh, God. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and repeat the ritual of, knocking twice.
Okay, yeah.
See if he's in first.
He comes to the door. There's a bell on it. He opens it up. He looks a little. He's like, "Oh, my friends, yeah, please come inside. It's okay. You should just walk right in. It's all right. I'm Dr. Sonnenberg. How might I help you today? He's got a bit of a
Doctor-
New York accent that you can detect, Mr. Kennedy. Anyway, is anybody need any goodness?
Need
Any
inform-
dental work or?
We need information. Maybe you can help us. It's regarding the cases of the missing people.
You're the friends of Lily,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Lily is she's been anyway, it's a long story. Come in. Yeah, what do you need? I'll be glad to show you around.
Have you gotten any information at all about these missing folk? Possibly, doing assisting with the investigations that's been going on. Maybe give medical.
No, Sheriff Mackey hasn't brought me in on anything. I'm just a doctor doing what I should, healing
Okay.
people and that sort of thing. But I've heard a rumor that 5 or 6 people have disappeared recently, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Okay. Well, the lady doctor and I,
Oh, Miss Sugarbaker, it's good to see you again. Yeah.
Indeed.
we actually have this. I have a theory about what's going on with the cases, and I did a rough sketch. Can you tell me about what kind of wounds that this would incur? And I'll show them, the rough
the
sketch
missing
that I did.
people. Well, I wouldn't know. I don't have any bodies. The thing that you did a week ago, I had 2 bodies in the morgue, but they've been taken to Kansas City by now. So
Okay, but can you give me your medical advice on what injuries these are? And I'll show them the sketch.
There's he
not
kind
a
of
bear.
puts on his little glasses and
They don't look like bear.
I was about to say bear or maybe a big wolf, but no, it was now this is an artist's rendering, so I don't know how accurate it'll be, but
I'll actually unbutton my shirt and kind of show him mine.
oh dear me, dear God, look at that. That's it looks like it's healed well enough, but it's quite a scar there, Mr. Crow, is it?
I'll accept that.
It's this wound looks almost the same. Surely you have to know about that. Mr. Crow, could you follow me in the back? I am sorry, everyone. This might be a private matter. I need to show you something immediately. Something Lily showed me before she took off.
Well, what about Miss Sugarbaker? She's helping me out, and she is read in on what's going on, kind of.
I can't have everyone back there. I'm afraid I'll have to ask your friend here to stay in here, but both of you can follow me back. Yes, come on.
Of course, I'll gladly give my medical opinion.
I might need it. He takes you in the back being the morgue. Fortunately, there's no bodies currently on ice back here, but you can see all the instruments that you're used to, Miss Sugarbaker. And he shows you, he pulls out a book. So he's got a small library of books on the shelf, which is impressive here in the Old West. He's got about 12 or 13 books.
Wow.
And he tries to block you there's a moment he tries to block you, like he's pulling a book, like he doesn't want you to see where it comes from. If you guys want to, you can make perception checks.
I'll take a look. I mean, I'm a curious person.
Can I just ask him where it was from?
Yeah.
Did you come back there, Ian?
Yeah, I'm gonna be following him.
He was like, I
He
asked
said
your
you
friend to
can't,
stay
but
up
okay.
front, but
Oh, he said I can't?
Yeah.
Can I attempt to persuade him to allow me to?
sure.
All right.
So you're rolling persuasion, they're rolling perception. Ooh. Yeah, examination.
Could would I be able to apply my bartering specialty here?
That's an exploding
offering,
20,
right?
Randy. So you get to roll again and add to that.
Rolls a 1.
Okay.
That's how it always works.
Well, bartering
Don't you
would be like
curse
if
me.
you're countering, you're offering him something in return.
Okay, fine.
Once I learn how to type fast. 14.
So 37. So
No,
that
just
is
34.
huh?
34. You don't add the +3 again.
So not quite a critical success, but very close. But you both definitely succeed. So he was trying to block you with his kind of skinny shoulders, and you could see that he's reaching behind. He pulls a book out, and he hits a little button, and this like little notch opens up, and there's like a secret compartment, and he pulls out this leather book. And the book looks leather bound, but it looks kind of ragged and wild. It looks sort of ancient almost. It has weird symbols on it. And he brings it out. It almost looks more like an occult book than it does like any kind of published medical tome.
Okay.
First
Yeah,
of all, I must tell you, I've
definitely
not
have to jump in
showed many
on
people
that.
this. But I want to show you this right here, Mr. Crow and Mr. Sugarbaker. And did Ian roll for persuasion?
14.
What was it?
14.
Yeah, he's like, I must insist, Mr.
Okay.
And if you say your name, Kennedy.
Dandy.
Kennedy.
Please
all right.
forgive me. I'm just one man right here. Occasionally I have an assistant. Then they go into the back. He shows you the book.
As they go back, I'm gonna call back to him. I think I might get going. If you need any help hunting anything, I'm sure you can find me.
We'll only be a few minutes. It's not like I'm
Oh,
going to
go
read
to
an
the
entire storybook to them. Just hold on for a second, please. That's what he says.
I don't think he's used to hearing the word no.
So it would seem. Anyway, enough about him. I wanted to show you this fabulous book. I got it from the Freemasons.
Really? Sorry, I lost my accent.
Yeah. Really? Interesting.
Really?
Hmm.
Don't you tip. Wrong side.
So
Hey, Johnny. Yo, I got you something.
he opens the book and turns to an illustration of a Wendigo and points right to it and looks at the hunter.
You kind of peer at the book.
Very, very grim
The
face.
wounds look very similar, and a lot of the lore is at the Wendigo, and it leaves 3 marks. But the Christians believe it's the mark of the devil instead. Maybe they're both the same, but
Are you insinuating that a mythical beast made these marks?
Well, I'm insinuating, Mrs. Sugarbaker, that what is
Miss.
so-called mystical creature may not be mystical at all. It
It's
could
not.
actually be a real creature. There's many things out here on the frontier.
I'll tell you right now, they exist.
See? And Mr. Crow would know. He walks between both worlds, if I might be so bold as to say so. And speaking of walking between both worlds, I think that's what this Wendigo does. And in Canada, the Canadian tribes, if I may say so, believe in the Wendigo even more than the locals do.
So what I'm getting at is, if this thing walks between both worlds, could it, in some way, meet up with these new arrivals, trick them into following to basically feed?
So you're
It's a
linking
renewable food source.
You're linking the Wendigo with the people that have disappeared?
That's what I'm thinking.
But have you all met Jack Redbird? Jack Redbird, he lives on the edge of town. He's kind of a drifter. He's I don't know, probably 60.
Drifter.
Redbird, as you could tell, he's a Native American. I think he's a Cheyenne. I'm not entirely sure. Some people say he's a Comanche.
Oh,
But you may want to talk to him. He comes into town for supplies once a week or so, but they say he lives out there in the wilderness.
yeah. Doctor, how familiar are you with this book? This tome right here.
Well, I've read most of it. There's a part of it that I tell you, when I tried to read it, I got the chills. I had to bring out the cross, the crucifix, and like touch it and kiss it a few times. And I'm not even a Christian, but I would kiss the Jewish star if I had one.
Can I see the chapter on Wendigo?
Certainly, it's right here. You just be careful with it. It's the only copy that I know of.
I'm gonna read over his shoulder using my sharp memory, basically. So
Yeah, and I'll help with filling in any gaps.
Okay.
But yeah,
He's pretty guarded of it, though. He kind of hangs around. He doesn't really leave you alone. Occasionally goes, once he goes to the front.
Copies in my head, so
he walks to the front and gives Mr. Kennedy some tea if he's still there, and then he comes back.
No, I'll still be there. Have I heard any of what's going on back there?
Yeah, you can make a perception check. There's not really a door per se. There's a doorway to the next room.
I mean, Penelope probably isn't being very quiet about her.
Yeah.
Are you really saying?
So, Ian, you've heard a few passionate voices raise a few times. What's your intellect?
-1.
Okay, you haven't been able to quite piece it together, but keep talking about claw marks and rare books and Freemasons. And
Something called Red Bull.
I do kind of behind Hunter's back make the sign of the Freemason to the doctor to see if he is a member.
Okay.
Just to see if he recognizes that sign. If he doesn't, I'm not making it obvious, but if he is one, he could notice it. You know what I mean?
Right. He doesn't give any obvious response, so either he didn't notice it or he doesn't know what it is.
Okay, that's fine.
But you also know there's a handshake too.
Yeah. Well, it's not really a.
But he hasn't shaken your hand as a.
I might shake his hand as we leave, then basically, but that'll be.
So how long do y'all want to look at the book? I mean, he kind of.
I just need long enough to memorize it. The chapter on Wendigos.
Oh, okay, so that's about 13 pages. So that'll take you just 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll read it basically because with my keen memory or sharp memory, I'll be able to recall all the facts in it. And
that's right. At least all the base the paraphrased version thereof.
Yeah.
And there's a couple diagrams in there too in those 13 pages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be kind of making mental notes, and I'm sure there's tricks to memorizing it. And
Oh yeah, repeated words and
Yeah.
word placement and yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
the overall thing is you could tell it's kind of meandering. Like whoever the writer was is like, well, the Wendigo is this, and then there's like, and then it says, well, and then others believe it's this, and like what he says that it's a Native American who becomes a Wendigo through being tainted, and then another version is like Wendigo was always there. It's this horrible creature, and some people confuse it with skin changers as well, but that this writer believes that they're separate.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking for like feeding habits, mannerisms. Like, do they
Do they do
lure
anything about
people?
being able to like disguise them? Like, do they look like normal people, or is it
The diagram is a tall being humanoid with like super long claws that supposedly are capable of slashing through bone and even metal.
Yeah, looks very emaciated.
Yeah, sometimes it's called the devourer or the hungerer, like it has a unsatiated hunger. And then there's another little paragraph that says that sometimes it eats the heart specifically of someone to gain its strength, to gain the person's strength or soul.
Yeah.
all right? But there's nothing in there about them be able to like blend into a normal population. You couldn't just walk down the street and not be noticed. Basically, is what
I mean, maybe, but it
depends on the
seems
guys.
far-fetched. Yeah.
But like maybe like a tall, skinny guy in a cloak, one thing, but not someone who looks like a normal, everyday person.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like a
No.
freak from a traveling freak show or something.
Or like, yeah, it's just like they're not like a skin changer where they look normal and then they just change.
Right.
No, that's along the realms of possession.
You also read a little entry about people making pacts with Wendigos and calling upon them on occasion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll scour the book just a little bit, and
so Randy, on that note, make a perception check.
Okay.
I don't really need one from Matt because he has keen memory or shot memory.
Yeah, same thing.
I just named it different from the Savage Kingdoms version. Let's see what Mr. Crow has in store.
Yeah, once I learn how to type. Okay.
You need a pretty good number here, so don't get too excited. All right. Yeah, you didn't really notice anything other than what we kind of discussed.
Yeah, just common knowledge to me.
Pretty much. Yeah. There might have been one or two things that were new to you, but most of it you already.
Yeah, it's
So, to put a level to the skill level to it, this book is probably skill level 3 of occult knowledge.
Yep.
Overall, 1, 2, and 3.
I get the gist, just not the full knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much
Okay.
insight. All right. Well,
He takes
just
the book
gonna-
from you at some point.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm just gonna give it back.
All right. Well, I hope you found it enlightening. I'll you see him like trying to block you again, like pretend to put the book in the shelf, but clearly he puts it back in that little niche. Tries to hide it. Thinks he's all clever, but you guys easily see it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't make it obvious that I know it's there, but I'm also not planning on stealing it from him either. So I really don't.
I'll be polite and just okay. And where was this gentleman again?
Though the outside of the drifter on the edge of
Yes.
town.
Oh, this Jack Redbird.
Yes.
Yeah, he's seen all around. He usually comes in from the south, I think.
South?
Yeah, I think he must be camped out there. I don't know much about him, but people talk about him. You know, listen, since we're on the subject, I might as well say some people say he's a skinwalker. You've heard the term, I'm sure. Yeah.
I've ran across one.
I think it's a shapeshifter or some sort.
Yeah. Skinwalker, it's I'm kind of looking at Sugar Baker, make sure that I'm like, is it polite to talk about this? But what the hell?
Well, like in the old picture books, like the Pretty Dreadfuls, were like the wolf man, basically, is what you're getting at.
Skinwalkers are two different types. You have lycanthropes, or you have shamans that don the fur of an animal to take on its strength and power.
So is
just
it
depends
similar
on,
to the Eastern European mythos with like the werewolves?
you got Eastern and you got the tribes version.
Hmm. Yeah, well, that's enough for me for today. I need to get back to actual doctoring. I need to get this medicine bottle filled, and I got some pills I got to get filled. So I'm sorry, I got to get back to it. Mr. Kennedy's out there waiting. Last I saw, unless he like stole something and left.
Mm. Well, I do thank you, Doctor, for your time. And if you ever do need help with anything, if you have a higher caseload than normal, please do call upon me. I'm more than happy to lend my services.
I would be
They're not
glad to.
used.
Yeah, Mrs. Sugarbaker, I would like to call upon your knowledge whenever possible. By the way, your friend Lily, started working for me, and then she disappeared the last couple of days. I don't. So I hope she's not one of them that's disappeared. But
Oh, I do hope not.
I mean, maybe she just went on a stagecoach and left. I don't know. She didn't say anything.
I will have to ask if she checked out of the hotel. Maybe Mr. Oliver knows.
Well,
Because she was staying at the hotel.
she was very mysterious. I saw her do something kind of strange one time. Yeah, I don't even want to get into it, but anyway, maybe she's taking care of that stuff. Well, good day.
All right. Well, you have a good day as well.
And Doctor,
ma'am.
would you please let us know if anything shows up?
Oh yeah.
Kinda
Well,
look-
hopefully no more corpses show up. But if that happens,
Yeah.
yeah. Obviously, I have to let the sheriff know, and maybe in turn he'll let you know as well.
Okay. But
Let's
thank
Alright,
you for
good
your
day.
time and the insight.
Good day.
Go rescue Mr. Kennedy from his boredom.
Yeah. And speaking of which, when we walk out, I will address you two. You guys feel like taking a small ride?
When you walk out into the entry room, you will find that Kennedy is not there.
Oh, he swiped the laudanum. Oh.
You notice all the brass candlesticks are missing. Yeah.
However, you
Evil
will
bastard.
find him on the you will find him on the front porch smoking a cigar.
Cool. There he is, enjoying his Salem cigar.
Actually, no. This is one of my own cigars.
Oh,
I did not
okay.
buy any of the Salem cigars. I'm going to when I run out.
But you got a free one, though.
Yes, I did get a free one,
What
and
he
I smoked
started
that in
with,
the
I think.
shop.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
But again, I'll address you two and feel like going for a short ride.
I'm assuming you mean to go talk to Mr. Redbird.
I do.
I will accompany you. I would be interested in meeting this skinwalker person.
Mr. Kennedy, are you actually fluent in that rifle, or is it just for looks?
He flashes you shall they say a devilish toothy grin.
That means no. Okay.
So no,
This
then.
is my preferred tool.
Very well. May need it.
What'd you
Alright.
find out in there? What was that about, a book, huh?
Fairy tales, in my opinion, but
It's not far off, but there's a lot that it does have some insight, but nothing that I haven't heard before.
Anything specific?
Looks like we're getting a little closer to the reason behind these disappearances. If this trail that I'm following leads to it. If not, then we're talking about a potential madman.
I don't know what I prefer. I think I prefer a madman.
Wouldn't we all?
It's not a madman?
No, it's too coincidental.
Occam's razor and all. Simplest explanation, in my opinion.
You have a gift with words.
Fine then.
No, right. But
Keep your
I'm going to go ahead and start heading that way.
On foot? Y'all don't have horses, do you? Well, no,
I
you
have
have,
I actually do.
he let you keep those horses.
Yeah.
Sheriff did.
Well, I mean, I'll go to the stable and offer Sugar Baker if she wants to ride with me. That's fine. If she's
I have a
got
horse, so I have my own horse.
Yeah, yours is stable at the Haven Hotel. Mr. Crow's is still tethered behind the jail. There's
As
a little shelter over it though, so it's kind of a stable almost.
as we walk over to wherever, I will inquire. Skinwalker, huh?
That's the rumor.
So that's the
And
fairy
theory.
tale you're talking about.
That's
Maybe.
one of the fairy tales we're talking about. The other fairy tale is whatever's killing these people, which is probably not the Skinwalker. But since neither of those things exist, who can say?
I'll give a wry grin towards that. And okay.
Right? She's never seen it.
Yeah.
So it's
But,
the fairy tale that's been killing people.
Yeah. I'm,
But just to be clear, it's not no bodies are turned up, it's people missing.
Yeah, all we have to go on are your episodes. So until we see some evidence that is irrefutable, I will delay my judgment.
okay. All right.
It's
Yep.
late in the afternoon now, just so you guys know. It's approaching evening.
Perfect. Perfect timing.
Yep. Be a
I
little
do
cooler,
hope Miss
cooler out there.
Lower show, but if we're gonna be out that long, let's make it worth it.
Well,
All right.
honestly, I hope it's a dead end. I hope.
You
All
get
right.
horses.
I'm willing to come along.
Mr. Kennedy doesn't have a horse, I don't think, right?
Correct, he does not.
All right with me.
Understood.
So the woman will single saddle while the men double saddle. Apparently,
Well, it's very rude to have both men I don't know sitting behind me.
and two handsome men together on top of that.
Oh, Kennedy can ride me behind me.
So
Yeah.
you both mount up.
How do I?
You get a few strange looks, but nobody says anything. Nobody
Yes, son.
dares say anything.
Is there any way to? Well, I don't know. Would I have like? How would I carry my cane? Where would I put it?
Across your lap.
Saddlebags or across
Okay,
your lap.
fair.
I think
Yeah,
there's
just
saddlebags too. On the horse.
For a cane, they would normally just wear it or lay it across their lap. That way, if they need it to, they can
Take it and
just
bop
pull it
someone.
off and go. Yep, or pop someone.
In the case of Miss Penelope, there's a surprise awaiting in her parasol. Not to give too
Yes.
much away.
Ooh.
All right, Miss Penguin.
Sadly, it does not spray acid.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah,
Wait until I meet Mr. Hans.
yeah. It does spray sleeping powder though.
God. Sprays cocaine in the air.
It's Coca-Cola. I've developed a formula for it.
I mean, you are from Georgia. Oh no, you're from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Close enough.
So you guys are Hunter. Obviously gets the paint horse, the Palomino. Wait, Mr. Hunter is behind. There's too much rich material there. Penny is on that. So it looks like you're riding out. So you're riding out south of town. That was the only lead you heard of where Mr. Redbird is.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep my self alert for like smells of wood smoke.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
All right.
looking for signs of some kind of dwelling.
Using your Indian skills, particularly.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all ride
much.
out. You ride out south of Haven, and like little frontier towns in this area are. It's like within 10 minutes, you're like seemingly out in the wilderness. barely. You don't even see any lights of it. Of course, it's not quite dark yet. It's close though. You do notice one thing that you would have noticed, but it seems to perhaps be correlated to maybe what's going on. The moon is just about full. It does give you some nice light, and the sky is fairly clear actually. So you have pretty good vision. So, because after about half an hour, it's now getting dusk. You're in kind of plains, typical Kansas. There's scrub here and there, and yes, there are tumbleweeds that occasionally roll by.
Oh,
When you look to the west, you can see some distant but very tall mountains. Those are definitely the Rockies. But you're going south.
yeah.
So you're headed towards eventually northwestern Texas.
I'm gonna keep an eye on anything that I can hunt on the way.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So speaking of which, for hunting and like Randy said, keep an eye out for signs. If everybody could make a perception check after about an hour's ride.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
You run across
your
demons.
cane fell off your lap 30 minutes back.
Nope, I'm just enjoying the world.
The Citiseca doesn't notice anything, but the doctor woman.
Their keen senses, an analytical mind.
Yeah, I got this dude rubbing up on me.
I hope it's a roll of quarters in your pocket. I hope it's a roll of quarters in your pocket.
I don't carry change.
Is that a Derringer in your pocket? You just happen to see me.
So, Penelope, this is about 45 minutes ride. It's just after dark. Moon is giving off some good light, and you could see a building up ahead. You're not sure if it's a small homesteader's house or maybe a barn, but it's pretty like a shack, really. Kind of out there on the plains. There's no fence around it. Like there's no corral. So that's kind of odd, maybe.
I believe I see your the erstwhile home of our Jack
Where?
Redbird.
Where?
Point in the direction I see.
All right.
Yeah, eventually you see it. You might have been expecting a teepee, but it looks like an old, a house, a small hut.
Okay. No light whatsoever.
No, it's very dark. I assume you approach, you're riding towards it.
Actually, I'm gonna halt them and signal to dismount.
Okay. Do y'all do
And
so?
then
What's
I'm gonna
the plan?
start. Yeah. Well, if this is what I think it is, I'd rather have you watching behind us, if you know what I mean. Kind of motioning towards rifle.
Okay.
Kennedy.
Hmm.
And Miss Sugarbaker, if you want to stay behind me but follow. Presence of a woman would kind of put things at ease.
I'll nod at this. Okay. You watch in front then.
You've dismounted.
And as this happens, as we do this, I will look for a spot where that looks good for snipery things and where I can hide.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, but before he does that, I'm gonna.
Yep. Yeah.
Before he does that, I'm actually gonna grab his arm and just kind of lean in. Don't you dare miss.
I don't plan
I'll
on
be
it.
very cross if I get shot.
So, Kennedy, you see there's a big oak tree right next to the house, and an apple tree as well. That's decent cover. Other than that, it's pretty open. There's no troughs outside.
How big is the oak tree?
How big? It's about 40 feet tall, which is pretty big here on the Kansas plains.
Okay, so I can climb up in it and get cover that way?
Yeah, or behind it. Stand, however you want to do it.
Do the branches look like I could, lay down and enough to get a good shot?
Yeah, there's some that are cradles up to about 15 to 18 feet, and then it becomes more precarious. And
Okay. I will crawl up. Well, I will climb up to that position and get my.
fairly easy at first, but make an athletics check.
God damn it!
Skill roll.
Are we sure I can't do acrobatics?
No, this is climbing. This
No.
is, yeah.
I mean, the trapeze, which is also climbing, do acrobatics.
On the way down, you could use acrobatics. You're going against gravity. That requires some physique.
At least my physique is positive.
Yeah, it's +1, right? What are y'all doing? The other two?
I'm following Hunter's lead.
Okay. You get up.
And,
You get
I'm
up
gonna
to at
point
least
at
15
Kennedy.
feet, Kennedy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to wave to get his attention,
Mm-hmm.
and
Totally
I'm gonna
dark
make a
inside.
shoot. Yeah. Well, maybe if you can see me or not, but I'm gonna.
It's a full moon though. Is there cloud cover?
It's not quite full, but it's very close.
Okay.
It's when you first left out, it was a clear night. It's actually starting to get a little bit cloudy.
Okay.
See some clouds starting to obscure the moon, just ever so slightly.
Yeah. Mister, when I say shoot,
Quiet.
you shoot.
At
Keep your eye on that doorway.
that doorway. Understood.
If you know how to use that rifle, you know what I'm saying to shoot.
Also, Ian, do you want to try stealth? Are you trying to hide in
Yes.
the
Yes.
foliage?
Yes.
There is some
please.
spring foliage on the trees.
Hey, this tree counts as urban in the middle of nowhere, right? This is a real urban feeling tree.
For once, you don't get your urban bonus. This is stealth, though. This is
Ew.
stealth. 12. All right.
Ew. All right. That sucks.
It's above average-ish.
Yeah, your friends
The
Lights
roll
and
is
lantern,
not.
You know.
pretty well, but they also hear you talking. So.
I will hunker down, set my cane in a place where I don't think it'll fall, or just like hook it onto a branch where I don't think it'll fall and it's hidden, and settle
Okay.
down, get the gun out, uncover my bayonet, and pull out my derringer.
Okay, get both of those. You got your hands full. All right,
Mhm.
you load a cartridge, I imagine, into the rifle,
Yes.
to the chamber.
The derringer is, of course, already loaded.
Cool. So what are you guys doing, Penelope? And
I have my parasol gripped tightly in my hand.
what, are y'all hiding anywhere, or are you just standing in the open?
No, I'm actually gonna boldly walk up.
Okay.
I'm like a couple paces back into his to his right.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Where is the tree in relation to the door? I don't want to be in his sight line, so I'll be on the other side of that. So if it's
Yeah, the apple tree is kind of on the other side of the house.
so if the oak tree's on the right side, then I'll be on his left. So I'm
That is
not
correct.
appearing
Yeah.
behind him.
Okay. Cool.
Also, I'm going to get a certain metal object and have it near and handy.
Okay. Cool. So Randy, when Hunter walks up to the front door, first thing you notice is the door is actually slightly ajar. It's a simple wooden door.
All right. Kind of sliding my tomahawk out and kind of keeping it low. I'm actually gonna kind of use a fingertip and push the door just a little bit, just to keep the door somewhat as cover.
Okay. When you do that, make a perception roll. Smell specialty.
Yep. Oh, demons. 14.
So almost immediately you smell like, you can tell something is died. It's not rotting, but you smell like fairly fresh blood. And enough moonlight pours in behind you, you can see it looks like two corpses hanging upside down, and they've been cut open and bled almost completely dry, just hanging from the rafters.
Are these human corpses or are these animal corpses?
I mean, he's the only one that sees them from here, but they look to be humans. Look to be people. They both
All
look
right.
probably Native American, actually.
Oh, shit. All right.
Nothing else in here.
I'll-
There's a fireplace. None of the embers are glowing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
Mr. Hunt,
quickly kind of pie around the door frame to get in there.
Yep.
And kind of pull her roughly around in behind me.
Do you resist? Okay. And unfortunately, she gets the grisly sight as well. But she's a doctor. She's probably
Yeah.
seen almost as bad.
Yeah.
I will kind of like peer closer at them, trying to figure out how they died.
Okay.
Get
What
a
do you
fire
think?
going.
It smells pretty bad. They're hanging here. It's like, what the hell?
Have they been gutted, like dressed, like so their intestines are gone, or is it?
Yeah, and mostly the throat, but also the intestines. Nothing's been severed. It's just they've been opened up and.
So their organs look to still be there, but nothing.
Well, make an investigation or
Examination check.
make either medicine or examination.
Same thing. Oh, actually, examination would be +7. So
Oh my god.
It's clear.
Jeez.
It's clear that you did this yesterday with that roll. So you.
but if I was the fellow, which I am not.
Oh my god! So you didn't
Oh
quite.
my honors, that's.
Oh, you did crit. That's a critical success. So Penelope Annabelle Sugarbaker, Dr. Sugarbaker looks it over, and you're like, you can immediately get a read. You could these people were killed probably this morning, probably around dawn. It's a male and a female. They're both Native American, probably Cheyenne. I mean, all these details you can with that roll.
I would probably be murmuring this to him, like as my findings, like.
It doesn't look ceremonial, despite what you might think. It looks like it's. But the biggest thing you notice is both their hearts are missing.
No hearts, but no other internal organs have been touched.
All right, I'm immediately grabbing her arm, and you need to go.
Where am I going?
You're going back to town.
Meanwhile,
I
John
said.
Kennedy, if you can make a perception roll.
Okay.
Sight specialty. Or
Lovely.
planes.
Demons. Oh.
Even specialty.
Damn it, sniper.
You had one job.
13.
One
Actually,
job, dude.
I had at least 7
Creepy
jobs.
Because you get a +1 height bonus
Oh,
being up on the
okay.
tree. So
14, yay.
Which didn't
So
help.
you happen to notice they've been in there for about 2 or 3 minutes, Kennedy, and you could see just off in the distance a lone figure approaching. It's walking towards the house.
How far away? How many
Behind
yards?
it seems to be dragging at first you thought it was a deer, and then it looks like it's probably a human.
Okay, how far away?
Let's see, roll 13.
Give me 14, actually, 14.
About 80, 90 paces away.
80,
90
90
yards.
paces as in, okay, 90
Paces,
yards?
yards, yeah. So like, yeah. Not quite 100 paces.
Give me one moment. I need to double check the ranges on my weapon. Okay, 160.
I'm
It looks
going
like
back.
just to let you know, it looks like just a man dragging this body. Not even a very big man.
I'm going back.
I knock on the wood to try
He's
and
wearing a black Stetson hat and nice boots.
I knock on the tree, like in an attempt to like get them to hear.
Okay. So y'all make a perception hearing specialty.
I am ensconced in my examination of these bodies.
Yep.
I do not hear. Living wood isn't very loud anyway.
No, that's why I had y'all roll. Besides, you have to figure out like you didn't set up a signal.
Or I could get up my cane and like knock on the tree like that. Would that work?
So if you do that, Randall, Hunter, you're like, wait, that's a rhythmic knocking. That's probably Kennedy trying to tell us something.
Shit. I'm actually going to grab Sugar Baker, cover her mouth, and see if there's another room or something in the back.
Okay.
And I'm,
Yeah. So you go around the corner. There's a second room. It looks like it's
Yeah.
a sleeping
More
quarters.
bodies.
Very simple. Yeah. You don't see anybody's right off. Very simple
Okay.
bed.
They're above
wood
you.
Bed. Yeah. Sleeping
All right.
quarters. There's like a
Basically-
basin for washing. There's a shit pot, and
okay.
very basic stuff.
All right. Well, I'm
You
going
do
to cover
see
her
hanging-
mouth.
You do see a couple trinkets hanging up on the walls that look like feathers and bones. They're almost shamanic looking.
Can I attempt to readjust my my stealthiness, I suppose, at the side of this figure?
Yeah, you gotta
Like to
re-hide.
rearrange myself so that I'm hidden specifically more against that direction.
Yeah, Kennedy. Also, when you go back to looking at it again, the figure, it looks like the figure, you lose track of it for a moment. You're like, you just literally disappear. There's not
Oh my
much cover.
God.
There's some like weeds and stuff. But then you realize you see looks like a wolf out there, kind of prowling around.
Is the body behind it?
Yeah, the body's still laying like 10 yards behind it.
Oh, so like he left the body then. Presumably.
Yeah, the wolf is just kind of trotting. Its ears are perked up.
The horses, of course, are sitting in front of the house.
boy.
Okay.
And make a perception check, Kennedy, assuming you're following this thing with your eye line.
I am.
See, Sugar Baker? At least we left bait.
Yeah, we're not really going to be stealthy because the horses are are basically sitting outside that. They're probably going to bolt, smell the horse, smell the wolf.
We're going to die.
So, Kennedy, you see that you follow the wolf for about 5 seconds from right to left, and you see it kind of trotting. No man anymore. So maybe the man is the wolf, maybe the man hid and the wolf is now, who knows? But then you suddenly see the wolf. It goes behind a bunch of weeds, and there's another tree out there, and you don't see it anymore. Like it must be hiding or something.
I'm going to continue looking as hard as I can.
So Randy, are you going to examine the bedroom?
Why'd you just hide further?
doing a
Like once I
cursive-
knocked. Why'd
Yeah.
you just hide further though?
Is there? It's a simple bedroom. There's really no place to hide, right? I mean,
No, it's
There's-
that's not the
You
point.
can
of
get
it.
under the bed, but you have to be pretty small, like physique
I'm gonna look
-2.
and see if there's any like trap doors or something like that.
So yeah, make a
Like a cellar or something.
perception investigation. Is this the bedroom or the main room or all of it?
I'm
Searching
going
the
to
whole
do.
cabin would take about 2 or 3
I
minutes.
think you dragged me into the bedroom, so I'm doing the bedroom floor, I guess, at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm
I did
actually
not find anything. A little bit-
I'm holding action, ready at the door.
Okay. So Penelope, you got a natural 1.
Yeah,
Fortunately, not a critical failure. You don't find anything. There's planking floorboards. It all looks normal. Hunter's waiting at the doorway,
What do we do?
and all is quiet,
Set fire.
dark outside.
I keep my gun trained on the general area that I saw this creature.
Okay, still don't see it. Like you've lost sight of it for like visual contact for the last minute.
Sugar Baker, you feel like playing bait?
No.
I mean, I would like to mention that you two still have no idea what's going on.
All he heard
Yeah.
was knocking on the
Yeah.
thing. Like, what are you doing? I didn't even hear myself. You're just dragging me place. I don't even know what's going on because I didn't hear him tapping.
No.
Only Hunter heard it.
Yeah. No, I'll kind of whisper to her, everything's too still. I think something's here. Don't you yawn at me.
Out of paranoia, I'm going to just glance around at my nearer surroundings as well.
Okay. Make another perception.
Maybe I can stop rolling poorly. Just maybe.
Oh, by the way, is there a door between the bedroom and the main room, or is it just a doorway?
No, it's an actual door that you can close.
Okay, but was it Was it open when we came in, or was it closed when we
Yeah,
came
it was
in?
open.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Kennedy, you still do not see the wolf or anything.
Okay.
The corpse is still laying out there, of course, but that's like 20, 30 yards away.
I thought it was 80.
I mean, from where it disappeared. So yeah, the corpse is like
Okay.
90 paces away.
Eat it.
We should return to town with the news of these dead bodies. Seems to me. Tell the sheriff.
How fast can you ride?
As fast as the horse moves, I don't know.
And
Well,
about that time,
Horse.
Hunter and Penelope, if you can make perception hearing specialty.
Oh crap.
Jesus.
Oh,
Could
What
you
was that?
stop taking all the good
another
luck?
exploding 20.
Stop taking the good luck, please. I need some.
34 total.
I
All right.
need some.
Randall gets a 12. He doesn't hear.
What are your
so
demon eyes
Save
see?
it for your gunshots.
this was a good time to get a high roll. So Penelope, you start hearing some scrabbling sounds, like something under the floorboards of the bedroom.
I'm kind of like looking at the floor and kind of like seeing if any of the planks are moving or something like that.
So at first, nothing. Like maybe you heard it further away, and then it comes to, because you rolled, so it comes to your mind. It's like that sounds like a tunnel. Something's coming up through a tunnel. A few seconds later, suddenly you hear like scratching underneath the floorboards. You could see them moving and giant claws sticking up to the slats, trying to like press up what is now clearly a trap door that you didn't see.
Hmm.
And it starts to burst up forward.
How
So,
far from us is that trap door? Because I want to get away from it.
yeah, if I had more time in the session, I would draw this whole room out. Here, let's see if I can do it really quick. I'll find a little hut on roll 20. So,
Well, grabbing Miss Sugarbaker as my meat shield.
Here, something you could do is you could always just do like this, draw a line like in a square.
yeah, I know, but I've got a hut really quick.
Penelope, tower shield.
Yeah, I am not a tower shield.
Fine, we'll make a Shiva it.
I'm probably actually shorter than you are.
So this is
That's what I
really
said,
the whole.
perfect.
This
Wait, is it really
the
this
whole hut.
small?
25. So wait, it's a little bit bigger. So yeah, this is the whole. Ian keeps drawing on. I can't get a hold of anything. There we go.
Well, I suppose you should go into the settings, change it to be so that every square is 3 feet. You can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we're just kind of running out of time, so I'm trying to truncate
Okay,
here
fair.
a little bit. So let's see, draw shape.
30 by 50.
Yeah, I'll try to get it in, and I'll change it here in a second. So here's the divider, the load-bearing wall between the two rooms.
Okay.
Y'all were in this one, right? Yeah. So Hunter was at the doorway last I heard. Penny was looking
Yeah.
around for a bit, and then she heard worse than she got. And roll initiative, you two. Well,
Where
actually,
is
Do
the
I
trap
hear
door?
any of this?
Where is the trap door opening?
oh, it's almost impossible. But you're probably going to hear whatever is about that. Well, actually, with the scrabbling and all. So, Kennedy, yeah, you can make a perception hearing. What, Matt?
Where is this trap door? Because
It's
If I
like
Just with
almost,
vibration
You
alone.
see my rolls. Oh my god.
yeah. John Kennedy did his nothing.
I'll scream it in a minute. You'll hear.
Yeah, you'd better.
It's almost right underneath your.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
here
she
we go.
saw like the floorboards moving, she'd definitely move out of the way of it.
About
She
right
does
there.
not
The
wanna
bed
be
is right here. That's the bed. There's like a chest of drawers over here, and there's like
Gotcha. So
a
the
water
door,
basin.
basically, she'd probably move next to Hunter and probably draw her
Parasol.
sword. Yeah, she'd draw the sword from her parasol.
The hell?
Oh, did y'all roll initiative?
Oh,
No.
sorry, I forget. Got to talking and completely forgot what I was doing.
Can't, too scared.
John Hunter,
Ow.
Lily Penny. All right, let's see how.
That's my initiative roll.
It's really sad because you have nothing to roll initiative for. You haven't heard anything. But I hate for you to.
You wasted it.
I hate for you to waste it. Hey, Ian, if you want to keep it till when it happens.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great.
7. That means you're probably going to get 3 actions in your opening round,
That
Jeez.
sounds fantastic.
unless it crits or something. But all right, so did we get Lily? Lily is nope. Lily is not here. Penny got a 16, and
What's the exclamation mark on this
got
thing?
an 8. That's how you
The
get
exclamation
make
mark
it
means to
exploding 20.
automatically explode.
It means what?
Oh, I just use
Well,
the
if you roll a 20, it explodes automatically.
Oh,
use the
cool.
dice roller menu.
Oh, you can do it that way too. I just type it out.
Yeah.
Oh my
All
god,
right.
that's ridiculous.
Though you asked for exploding 20, you got your exploding 20.
I guess I did.
All right, Hunter reacts first to this craziness.
I will scream. I mean, even out of turn, she's going to scream. When
I'm actually gonna
Free reaction.
yeah.
grab her and throw her out the door.
Okay. So that'll be an action, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
So unless you're resisting, Penny, you're getting tossed.
I go on 16, so I get before the thing anyway.
Oh yeah.
I go before Hunter does.
Oh,
Hunter
Hunter.
goes on 8.
Why I put an 8? Oh, Hunter was an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Hunter's
go
an 8.
first.
I got him
Sorry, I
mixed
saw
up.
that and I'm like, what?
So
She
Penny
actually
reacts.
reacts first.
Penny reacts first.
So basically,
Scream
is it
included.
fully out of the trapdoor yet?
Yeah, it's clawing its way up. I mean,
All
it's
right.
not quite up yet. I mean, you could try to stand on it if you wanted
I
to.
do kind of like. Actually, I'm going to go over to the chest of drawers
Okay.
and push it on top of the trapdoor.
Cool. What's your physique?
-1.
Okay. So make a physique roll. You might have better chance toppling it than sliding it.
Yeah, so it's like I push it over
Oh.
on. Yeah.
Okay.
That's right, Penny. Scooby Doo it.
Can't quite get it as one action. You're like, oh, she's
Oh.
like trying to.
Like get myself between it and the wall and like just push it over. Like I'll use both actions.
It does not seem to. Okay, I could try again as your second action.
Eh.
And finally it topples over, lands right on top of the trap door. In fact, it even like hits its one of its paws, one of its claws. Didn't really seem like it hurt it, but so it's laying there as we go to its turn.
And can I move? I can still move more, right?
Do I hear any of this
Well,
crashing?
that was 2 actions
Okay, that's fine.
to push it.
Because
Sure,
I
no
am
worries.
out here, right? Yes.
So yeah, Kennedy, you're starting to hear all this.
Yeah, I do kind of do like a girlish sort of shriek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then
I do declare.
What the?
all right.
My word.
What the? I don't think I've ever uttered that word before.
What the hell's a Megatron?
Wait, trying to find its stats here. I thought I had them ready to go. Not to give too much away, but there's actually, you've combined 2 storylines, which is kind of awesome. It's kind of awesome.
Yay.
We'll make it for you when I start mass murdering the town.
I actually like when people do that. They're like, they're like, oh, this is happening, and it turns out it's something else, but it's still cool. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm looking up its. So you could tell it's not. It's like half man, half wolf. It's like a hybrid. This weird, terrible hybrid thing, and it tries to push up, and it's having trouble pushing up, trying to get up through the chest of drawers. It's now on top of it.
Yes.
Spending 1
Take
action.
that, Benicio del Toro.
And then it tries it as a second action.
And then let me
Yeah.
save the day.
And finally manages to just shove it to the side with its second action. So now this does give Hunter, if he chooses to, a free attack.
Oh, hell
'cause
yes.
You're right there next to it.
Choose
Oh,
two.
yes.
Choose two.
All right.
Do you have anything in your hands currently? Other
Yeah,
than,
my tomahawk.
all right.
I'm going to give him a taste of the good stuff.
So it's a melee weaponry roll at
Yeah, melee.
-2 because it's a free reactive attack.
Yeah.
It's very quick.
Oh, +2? Did you say +2?
Minus
No,
two.
it's -2
Oh, -2.
for a reactive attack because you're doing it super fast.
All right. Taste my love. Oh.
It tomahawk just buries into the wood right next to its claw,
Warning shot.
and it is technically up out of there. And it's
Shit.
now Hunter's actual turn.
Oh, yeah. Well, from down, I'm going to actually swing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other side of it.
Oh, God. Please kill. Please kill.
Mein Gott in Himmel.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Now I got
natural
it.
20.
Well, here we
Explode.
go for the
Now's the time we need him.
please.
Maximum damage of a tomahawk, I think, is 12 or 15. See if I can find it. Does anybody happen to have it?
Ah, shit. 10.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just
actually, I don't think
Still.
the maximum damage is in the playbook. I know that it's not for like the bayonet. The bayonet's not in there.
It's just dagger for a bayonet.
Okay.
Tomahawk, I think was it. I put primitive weapons in here somewhere. Maybe not. If not, it's hand axe, which is
It
15.
is melee. It is 15 max.
Okay, cool. No.
And one power penetration power.
Oh, sweet. Man, 35. So Hunter, yeah, your tomahawk
No,
comes
just
up and just
30.
like
He added the modifier again, so just 30.
what?
Just 30.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did it again. Yeah, 30. So
Yeah.
the tomahawk comes up and drills it like right up under the chin. It's like,
Where do you see the melee weapon stats?
but it hits it pretty hard, but you could tell it should have been harder.
I
And then you suddenly remember like some stories say that you need silver to fully affect, but you did something to it. You clocked it. You still did 10 points of damage.
Question.
Yeah. And as a free action, I'm going to yell at her, run.
Cool.
Where do you
Alright.
see the weapons thing, like the details on it?
I have
In
it
the
on another
equipment
character,
section.
but I will look and see.
Really, it's in the equipment
All right,
section?
so nice shot. And that is a 30 is not a critical success, unfortunately.
No,
But you dealt lots
I
of
got its attention.
damage to it. It's like it does appear to be bleeding. So
I
Oh.
don't see it. Oh, what?
Next is,
all I see is bulk. Is it supposed to be damage instead of bulk? In the knives and other, because that's where you're at, right? Like page 71.
Well, let me get there.
Well, a combat Bowie does 12 max damage.
Oh well, it says bulk for that.
Yeah, it should be damaged.
It's probably
Yeah.
Okay, that explains it.
do
All
the
right,
copy
thank
and
you.
paste. Okay, Kennedy, it's your turn, and you get
And-
3 actions this round.
Only 3 actions when I'm 40 above everyone else.
Only,
Yep.
yep, only 3.
Well, I guess first action is to jump down.
All right. Oh wait, you got if I use optional rules of double criticals, which I do, you would get 3 actions in the next 2 rounds.
Ooh. Okay, nice. Well, yeah, I'm gonna jump down from my tree.
All right, your tree is about 10 yards from the front door. Actually, it's
Okay.
about 8 yards.
Does the jumping take any movement?
Yeah, I mean, you came down 15 feet, so
But it is falling.
or 12 feet. You can make an acrobatics check and get down quickly without taking damage.
Hell yeah.
Just fall.
It's a
Falling's free.
jump. You're gonna have to probably tuck and roll anyway.
Yeah, I've got a
climb down.
+5. That ought to be good, right?
What'd you get?
13 total.
So yeah, you hit hard, and from a 15-foot jump, that's actually 2 points of damage.
Ooh.
You hit kind of hard on your knees,
That's okay.
but the good news is you basically have your full mobility left.
Okay. Cool. My mobility is 14, so am I able to get inside?
Yeah, it's only 8 yards to the front door.
My pants
Okay.
are
Is the
loose.
front door here?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
We're up
Then
there.
I will enter, see this mongrel of
Oh
a
wait,
beast.
I'm sorry. It's right here in this room. It's
Okay.
like, yeah, like right here. Sorry. This
And
is
then
the
where's the
door, and then
entryway?
you see a doorway and you hear all this going on.
Okay.
So about right here.
Well, I'm going to fire.
So yeah, you get line of sight about right there. Your rifle? Or
Yes.
Derringer?
We'll rifle first.
So you got a -1 penalty because Hunter is there, unless you have careful shot as a talent.
I don't.
So
I don't care.
-1 penalty to your ranged weaponry roll, and if it crit fails, you hit Hunter.
I don't think it's gonna crit fail.
You never know.
It's not a shotgun either, so it's not spraying.
Okay. It's a plus 8, I do
We got
believe.
crossed if I end up getting shot.
Dear God, do you see these rolls?
So there's a 15 will just glance it.
Piercing 3.
I think it glances it. It's 15. Oh, it's got to use dodge against. Yeah. So you did 3 points a day. Actually, it did nothing to it. So you
Really?
can tell Kennedy that it should have winged it, that it should have flesh wounded it, but it did nothing.
I'm
bullet
almost
just
tempted to luck
skimmed
it,
off
but I
of it.
won't. I'm gonna fire my Derringer then.
You got 2 actions left, and one of them could be an occult roll if you want to know what it is, but you probably already suspect.
Ah. I've
So-
already heard of it being a skinwalker.
So Derringer. Did you do? Is that -1 for Hunter
Oh,
being there?
no, it is not.
So 22. Still
Yes.
a nice shot. That may actually be medium range for a Derringer. They don't fire.
No, it's not. Derringers are like Derringers have more than you give them credit for.
5, 10, 20.
No, Derringer, it's a 41 pocket gun for one.
Yeah,
I've
got
and
the
60,
stats in there. I
120,
did-
180.
I did my research, so the stats are in
Yeah.
there. So all right, so that's short range.
Yep.
So you winged it again, but this time the Derringer bullet actually seems to bloody it a little bit. So
Okay.
3 points of damage to it.
Can
It
I
looks-
attempt to reload my my rifle and fire once more?
It looks kind of beat up. Yeah, so it's a action to reload. So you have 1 action left, but that would get you ready for the next round.
So it is.
Same with the Derringer, maybe 2 actions to reload.
Actually Derringer is 0 actions to reload, it says.
Can't be. Those things take forever.
Yeah, I think that's a typo.
Okay.
Oh wait, you may have a double there. If it's a double shot,
It's the 41.
yeah, that's a double. That's why. So you've got 2 in the. It's got a double barrel.
Oh, it does?
Oh, the one.
Yeah, so technically you could shoot again.
No, it
Oh,
says
okay.
so.
Oh wait, you've already done 2 attack actions. Forgot.
I have done well. It said I thought one attack action was up to 2 shots, right?
Yeah, so your third action here, all you could do is load or move or something.
Oh, okay. Can I reload the both of them? Or just one?
Just one. Well, technically you still have 1 in the chamber of the Derringer,
Hmm.
so you could reload the rifle.
How rough does he look?
He looks pretty. He's not quite staggered in game terms, but very close. Very close.
Okay.
He's
I'm
showing.
gonna fire the Derringer. Wait, can I?
Well, no, that you already did you already
Okay.
had 2 attack actions.
Okay. Yeah, I'll reload my sharps then.
Cool. Okay. So back to the top with Penny.
Well,
Penelope.
technically I'm at the top.
That's what I just said. Top,
Oh, okay.
to top with Penny. All
All right. So are there any windows in this room out of curiosity, or is it all?
Yeah, there's a window right here with shutters on it, no glass.
Shutters are closed?
Yeah.
Jump
All
through
right.
it.
You notice
I'm-
this window is facing the moon, by the way, oddly enough,
5,
this time of
10,
year.
15. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The shutters open in or out?
They would open out.
Okay. So I'm going to shoot the werewolf or Wendigo or whatever it wants to be called. I really don't care what it is with my Derringer because I have actually a better shot. Well, not by much. I mean, honestly, it's shit. But
Okay. Down goes old.
no!
5.
Oh
-1
boy,
for Hunter being
we-
there,
we-
but
we've really gotten him now.
Yep. And then basically, I will kind of like just jump jump through the shutters out the window.
are you okay? You going out the window?
Yeah.
All right.
Damn chicken shit doctors.
Do you want to try an acrobatics roll just to land halfway decent?
I could attempt that, sure. But let's try not to break my neck as I fall. I break my neck as I fall.
You have mobility left, right, to go out?
1,
Oh,
2,
ouch.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because I have mobility 9. So
Okay, so you got a couple more yards. So you go falling out through the window, the shutters go blasting open. And yeah, you land very awkwardly. If you had a skirt on, it's all up around your head and very undignified. But you didn't roll.
don't you laugh
poorly
at
and-
me.
You didn't take any damage, but you are prone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Prone.
Oh, nice.
Prone.
That was Ian's message.
Ouch.
Ow, my back. My lupus is acting up again.
Yeah, lupus.
Funny, you should call it lupus.
It's not what you think it means.
Given what?
It
Ian, for
doesn't mean
some
what you
reason,
think it means.
Ian, that's a yes to that.
Okay, lovely.
I mean, you pretty sure it would work. You're not entirely sure, but it is a mystical thing. So it goes next. So it's wolf-like form, kind of like it looks over at where Penny just took off, and then it whirls around to slash and bite at Hunter. So what what's your block or dodge?
Block 15.
Because
That's the better one.
Better, so because you got your tomahawk, you can try to.
Yep.
And it comes at you with a claw. Ooh, almost critically fails. It misses badly. It almost leaves itself open for a retaliation shot, but not quite enough. And then it tries to bite at you. And that gets by your guard as its muzzle goes darting by you, rips into your shoulder.
Sweet. Right where I want him.
6 points of damage.
Damn.
Oh, wait, 7 points of damage.
Damn.
Not quite staggered, but kind of close. So you got 8 health left, I think. 15 down there.
Yes. Yep. Make note of that.
Yes, Ian, definitely.
Okay, lovely.
The messages to you are the whispers aren't working for some reason. I don't know why. So roll 20 could be weird.
Yeah.
I think it's all it does.
Oh,
That was
okay,
one
I
action.
see.
And then as a section action, it just stays on Hunter. So yeah, Mr. Kennedy is next.
We both know what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, technically Mr. Kennedy's at the top of the round.
Okay. Did I get
That-
skipped?
Did you get skipped? Oh no, you're right. You're at Hunter's next. 8.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. He
Okay,
was
cool.
tucked underneath here for some reason.
All right. And how is this? Are we locked together, or do you just bite and back off?
Yeah, he didn't grapple you. You're
Oh,
you're
okay.
not. Yeah, just bit the
Just gonna
crap out of
do. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a retaliation hit.
Cool. Okay. Tomahawk.
So, yeah. I need to learn how to do hotkeys.
Hotkeys. What?
Oh,
It really might be quicker if you were to use the advanced dice roller because it has an advanced roll where you can just do 1d20 and you can modify your thing. You can modify your modifier and just press roll and have it always be exploding 20s. You can even have a target number too.
Yeah, you can make macros for those if you want.
all right.
I actually do old school. I have to type for all these NPCs, but I've gotten so used to it that it doesn't really slow me down much. So
All right.
Randall, that obviously that misses Wyatt pretty poorly.
Yeah, and my second action, I'm actually gonna kind of roll backwards out of the room.
Cool.
Basically, I'm disengaging.
Yeah, but you won't be able to move because it's an action. But you could try to use acrobatics to tumble.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
It's like you slash at him and then push off of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Through the doorway. Let's see if you get
Yeah.
high enough to where if you get high enough, it does not get a free reactive attack against it. It
Oof.
does. So yeah, you try to tumble back, you kind of smack into the door frame, and it gives it a moment to like claws at you.
Damn it.
Crit fail.
But it is -2, so. And it will
Tag.
hit 15 parry. Yeah, 1 point of damage.
Oh, that's better than nothing.
Enough to stagger you, unfortunately, unless you have grit.
That is, it's better for nothing than nothing for it, not you. Nothing is
Yeah.
definitely better for you.
This is
You-
true.
Roll up next to John Kennedy if you want. You can go up to half your mobility when you tumble.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably stand shoulder to shoulder with him.
Cool. All right. Speaking of Mr. Kennedy, he's next with 3 actions again.
Yep,
Shut the
I
fuck-
was told that they could be used for attacking though. Well, the extra action could be, yes, by Danny.
Yeah.
Or is this not the?
Yeah.
Okay, I can.
So you can get 2 attack actions this round.
All right, you son of a bitch.
Oh, is that the
Jeez.
rifle or the Derringer?
That is the rifle.
Ouch. 37. That, first of all, is a critical success. So what's the max damage of a Sharp's rifle?
24, I think. Yeah,
I can look it up.
24.
24.
Yes.
So it did 19 points of damage to it. Only
Probably
because
more.
if the bullet was silver, it would have done, well, no, actually, hold on.
Keep in mind, power piercing, or
17
piercing
points of
power
damage.
3.
Yeah, what is it, 3? 17?
PP3, yep.
Ouch. Okay. So you this time, Mr. Kennedy, your bullet, you see it fly and just drill this thing right in the eye socket, all the way back into its brain, and it
Sweet.
immediately collapses,
Ha! All right, you son of a bitch.
drops to the ground, and right before your eyes, as it falls to the ground, lifeless, you see it begin to like shapeshift into what appears to be a naked, probably half American, half Indian, half white gentleman. Yeah.
Okay.
Older gentleman, probably about 60.
Mike, immediately, I don't know if I can, but immediately I'm going to whip out the Bowie and kind of tap him right there, make sure.
Okay.
Basically, I'm severing
Oh
the
no,
spine.
like I'm
yeah.
continuing with my action to shoot it once more, by the way.
Just to make
Like,
sure.
double tap, yes. I am shooting it again.
Okay. Just off guard and prone. So, yeah, another round
Nice.
lands deep into its heart, right between its ribs. Well, into the man's heart, actually. So this older gentleman's body takes even more damage. Definitely dead. There's no way. Nobody's getting up from that.
Unless it is.
Yeah. Knowing what I know, I'm still severing the spine.
All right. You leap forward and sever sever this old man's spine.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's gotta be dead.
As it falls and it sits on the ground, and I see the smoke rising from my barrel. How's that for shooting?
I kind of stand up from behind the window. Where did it go?
see her head poking through the window.
Who is that man? And where'd his brain go?
There's
I'm going. I'm looking at Kennedy going, shooting. Kind of, but I will nod. And all right, Penelope, are you okay?
Yes, I was not scratched or bitten or any of those injury terms.
Okay. Well, we need your help. Get in here. We need to wrap these bodies up and take them into town.
To touch them. Yeah, okay.
I'll touch. You just.
She goes around the house and goes in that way to the main door.
As she walks in the door, hi guys, another one, jump scare.
As she walks in, you see Miss Penelope turn into what appears to be a werewolf of some sort.
Damn it.
But yep, there it is. It looks like it's just a fairly small 60-some-year-old man now, with long graying hair.
So that man was the wolf thing.
Skin changer.
Is that what we're saying here? The wolf thing's gone, and that man's now here. That's the same thing.
That's him.
That's what I've been telling you.
45 is my turn order. Excuse me. Give me the full 57.
But yeah, I'm actually going to start taking, whatever covers are on the bed and start bundling him up.
Okay.
Securing him.
Yeah, there's several blankets on there that you could do that. There's a couple of deerskin pelts as well. And you wrap him up. He didn't have a lot of furnishings and stuff, but lived pretty simple.
Penny, can you?
Now you see why.
I'll go ahead and I'm gonna ride back with the sheriff actually instead of bringing the bodies back. I'm gonna go get the sheriff.
So,
if you would please.
So
and
they are
perhaps
real.
the doctor as well.
So you remember it being about a 45-minute ride.
Hold up. Before we go back, what's going on? All right, what's the plan?
Well, Penny's going to ride back into town, go get the sheriff.
Okay.
I'm actually going to get your help with, getting the bodies that are hanging down so that I can, cover them up, respectfully.
I say we leave the body of this one here.
Well, I'll let
That's
you
fine.
argue that
Yep.
out. I'll be back with the sheriff and the deputy and whoever else I can find.
So Penelope
All
goes
right.
out, gets on her horse. Kennedy and Hunter remain behind.
Kennedy, what did you see? How did you see him come?
From that way, and I point out in the general direction.
All
He was
right.
by himself, just started walking this way. Then all of a sudden he was a wolf. Well, there was a wolf. You mentioned skin changers, but I never thought they'd actually be real.
There's a lot of things that are real.
Apparently.
All
As
right.
you say
And-
that, Hunter, you suddenly realize that wound that you took from the bite
Yeah.
starts feeling kind of funny. I mean, obviously it hurts,
Oh,
but it feels
oh,
sort of
shit.
funny. And then suddenly your
Mhm.
medium ability kicks in, and you
All
find
right.
yourself like a dream vision suddenly happening. And you see yourself standing naked outside on a plane looking up at the moon, and you see yourself beginning to shapeshift into a wolf. And scene.
Well,
You know what though? In all honesty,
got bit
in
by
his
it.
mind, I might have a weapon.
better you than me.
Well,
I have
well,
not need like
in
cancer.
Hunter's mind-
Let's
well,
see
in
if Miss
Hunter's
Sugar
mind,
Baker can
this-
cure that.
Well, this could be a potential weapon that I've been looking for to go after what I'm really after.
Yep. Could be beast on
But-
beast crime.
Before we do close, etc., I do want to real quickly see if I can do the secret thing.
Yeah, well, it's 10 o'clock. We can do
Well, say like do like just a roll or two, I suppose would be it.
yeah, to do, I kind of wanted to end with that little scene, but that's fine.
Okay.
Man, you are not rubbing me with oil.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
That's next session.
Oh,
Let's see what
Oh,
Ian
goes
gets here.
Okay, hold up. Give me a second.
Are you doing that like right here in the middle of the?
I can GM roll, but first I want to ask you something.
all right.
Well, I'm gonna let
Mike,
you guys do this.
Okay. Well, for our audience, I kind of want to end. You know how I like to
Okay.
end
Oh, okay.
chapter
Yeah.
endings,
You can stop recording then.
but
And- Mike, just for closure for
Yeah.
the episode, the male corpse, is that the one I've seen? Was that the man that I saw in my
no.
edition?
Well,
damn.
you think it goes back to Canada?
Oh. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah. So,
The
can he? Yeah, Ian, you think it generally stays around long enough to probably be able to do that?
Okay.
So yeah, it doesn't stay around very long though.
Yeah.
So
Give me a second.
cool, audience. So thanks for tuning in. The last time we did the Savage Kingdoms Dark Tides, there were at least 45 views. There's probably into the 50s now, which is actually pretty good for a small YouTube channel and a small
Yeah.
game. With 5 likes. So like, share, subscribe, all that YouTubey stuff. And anybody want to say anything? Let's do it. That's my little outro. So I've been Mike Yao, your game master and the author of Mythic West and Savage Kingdoms roleplay game. And anybody else?
I'm Matt Davis.
Well-
if you wanted to find me, you could find me on Twitter at Matt_tweets_y. Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
WHY.
WHY. Why?
Why?
Randy.
Matt tweets.
Well, Mike, thanks for running a good show. Guys, we'll see you on the next
guys for an
episode.
awesome game.
Thanks. Oh, and Ian just reminded me of something, and to let the audience know, because we forgot to do this the last Savage Kingdoms. So in Savage Kingdoms, everybody
Secret.
gets 1 experience point per hour of gameplay. So in this case, this would be 3, and then we do a secret vote for the best role player for the evening, and that person gets a bonus point. So do y'all want to do that really quick while we're on the air?
Yeah, let's do that.
Already sent
Oh.
my vote.
Yeah, I got Ian's and
Yeah.
Matt's.
How the heck can I do this
Oh
again?
no, I just have Matt so far.
/WGM /W space GM.
/W.
So we'll let the audience know who
I'm
gets the
learning.
bonus point.
Bonus ducks.
You bastards are all gonna do. Let's see. Okay. I thought it was a 3-way tie, which is kind of awesome. So the winner is Miss Penelope Sugarbaker,
Well, thank you.
2-1. So Matt gets 4, everybody else gets 3.
Which means I have advanced to the next level.
Oh, man.
I have learned from this journey.
So yeah,
What was my prior one, Mike? I'll message you later.
How do
I think you have 8.
I
Oh,
had.
you were-
I had
Randy, you only played the 1 session, right?
Yeah.
How do I GM roll?
So you would have
Slash
6.
/GM.
Yay.
Yeah. So
Do
I'm
I
gonna
do
be in the
D20
broadcast,
or what?
everybody.
No, here it's like
Peace out.
Players, thanks for playing. Viewers, thanks for watching. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be back to the Savage Kingdoms Dark Tides campaign. And hopefully we'll get, if people like the Mythic West, we'll get back to that at some point.
Hey,
sounds like
let's do it.
Hopefully, yeah.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
good night.
Night, y'all.